This version of It's Eric Nagel has been modified from its original broadcast. Content has been edited to fit this platform.
Believe none of what you hear and half of what you see.
It's Eric Nagel. It starts now.
Ladies and gentlemen of the universe, the next voice you hear, it's Eric Nagel.
And thank you, Scott Shannon. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the program. My name is Eric Nagel, and joining me, as always, over in the frozen tundra of Arizona, say hello to Jordan.
Hi, everybody.
Thank you for listening. If you're doing so on the iHeartRadio app, if you're listening to us anywhere else, anytime, space, place, at your convenience, Apple, Spotify, things along that line. Do us a kindness. Go over there. Leave us a positive review. It does help out the program. And if you're going to watch us live each and every week as we do said program, you can head over to our live rooms on Twitch and on YouTube. All under It's Eric Nagel. Social media, all under It's Eric Nagel. It's all there in one convenient little package for you. Jordan, my friend, how are you today?
Oh, not bad. Just dealing with the crazy abomination that is Arizona. And this week, my kids started school. It's July.
Yeah,
it's
I was just going to say, I was looking at the date. I'm like, they're not even in August yet.
Nope. So the kids will wrap up their first official week back as of tomorrow. And it's been kind of weird getting back into the routine of having to do pickups and the drop-offs. And now I've got to deal with school supplies and lists and class schedules. And it's been crazy. And my daughter is in junior high, so I've got multiple classes to worry about with her. And, got a third grade. It's nuts, man. And I don't understand why they want to just throw all these kids back in the summer. I mean, they can't go outside. It's too hot.
Yeah, and you're in possibly one of the worst areas of the world to start school in the middle of July. Well, not even the middle, towards the end of July.
Even then.
When you're still hitting 118 degrees on the regular out there.
Yeah, I think it was like 111 today during lunch when I went to go pick up the boy. I was just like, this is ridiculous.
Your schools have mandatory air conditioning out there, I would assume, right?
Oh, yeah. Oh, of course.
In the Northeast, they don't. They don't have air conditioning in the schools.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, so even when you get like September, October, or maybe even May and June, because Northeast schools don't get out till almost the end of June.
Yeah.
If you hit a heat wave or heat snap during that time, you're screwed. I mean, they have like the old box fans,
yeah.
Or they bring in the ones where it's a big fan on a beam. Not a beam, like a pole with a weighted bottom, so it just sits there, and it's like an old industrial fan you would see in sweatshops. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, they just don't. They just don't have the air conditioning systems that like Florida does. Pretty much all down south, I think, has them now too. Yeah,
it's just I always found it crazy because I grew up mainly in California, and we wouldn't get out of school till probably June. And we weren't going back until like mid-August, maybe September. Yeah. So when, they're talking about, hey, we're getting out of school, and next thing you know, it's the weekend of Memorial Day. I'm like, okay, that seems a little early. Not everybody's out of school. Great. It's great if you want to do traveling to like California, so you can miss out on their spring breaks are different. So you're not going to like, say, Disneyland during peak hours with a bunch of people and stuff like that. So you avoid those kinds of things. But it's just way too early to get back into school, man. It's just too hot. I just don't understand. I guess they get 2 weeks in fall for a fall break, and then like the early winter break. I don't want that much time with the kids at home. Just keep them a little bit longer in the summer, and then just keep them.
A fall break.
Yeah, that's my week.
They get a week off for between the holidays, right? Like Christmas and New Year's.
Yeah. So they'll get their break there, then the different random half days.
So when is their spring break? February?
March.
Oh, all right.
Around March.
So it's around the same time as the Northeast schools.
Yeah, most everybody else. Yeah, they're like a week off.
And then you're out in the beginning of May, right? Or somewhere.
Yeah, the weekend of like Memorial Day weekend. Like they get out that May.
Okay.
Thursday, and then Memorial Day weekend is that weekend.
Yeah,
it's wild.
No sense. Other than time zone for school startings, it kind of should be kind of universal between start and end. I'm thinking right after Labor Day, because that's the end of summer, and then right after Memorial Day, which is the start of summer.
Let's see, our summer with the weather starts in February, and we don't get cold weather until like November.
Well, that's not my
so we
problem.
have we have no weather to gauge what our time frames are. Like if I lived in the Northeast or,
right.
I mean, even on the West Coast, you have fall. You have those kinds of things. You can go, get a pumpkin and go into a field instead of a grocery store because, the weather permits. You can't do that here. So it's weird. But yeah, other than that, I mean, not a ton. Did a few extra things outside of work and just been working. So not too busy.
It's been a week here. Not too much happening personal wise. News wise, nothing is stopping. It's just a million miles an hour.
Right.
But I'm trying to think this week. What did I do? I'm going to see Deadpool Wolverine tomorrow.
Yeah.
But other than that,
I was going to say I've got
stuff here and there, and
I've got tickets for my Wolverine tomorrow. But right now, depending on when we end tonight, I may actually go see it tonight. We haven't decided yet. I know. Too much spoilers out there. Like everyone's spoiling everything. Plus, you guys are going to such an early show, you and Rob.
Yeah.
I might as well see it tonight so we can at least talk about it.
Going in the morning.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I wish I could do that.
By morning, it's usually like after 11, but still,
Still, yeah. Going
to see it. Had a few people I know went either to like the New York premiere at Lincoln Center or the one in LA that they did, or just went to an early screening because, it says, starts Friday. No, really, it's Tuesday and Wednesday. Some theaters are like, yeah, we'll just open up now so you can see it.
Right.
So 3 different people went, saw it, liked it. This should not be considered any kind of spoiler for you, but people usually do like to know this in advance. We are told there is no mid-credit scene trailer, but there's one at the end. So they do something. I'm told they're doing something while the credits are happening. So I'm guessing like an animation thing like they did with Spider-Man or with Shazam and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
They have something going on during the credits, which isn't anything spoilery, I guess, or surprising, but there's something at the end, so plan your bathroom breaks accordingly. And the movie is 2 hours 20 something minutes. I was told you don't notice the time. What I was told that you do notice is that in one particular instance, about 40 minutes of trailers before the movie.
Jesus.
That's insane. When 20 minutes enough was way too much. When you have a 2:00 movie and your movie doesn't start till 2:20, 2:25, because there's all those trailers. Plus, then depending on the theater you go to, they have to have their own little video promo going on there.
I was
At
just
AMC,
say, why are you advertising?
The AMC one was the one that gets mocked all the time with Tom Cruise's ex-wife,
Nicole
Kidman. Yeah. And I think Cinemark does their own. Maybe Regal has their own too.
Well, all of them are always doing like these little mini commercials for the theater you're in. I'm like, I'm already here. What are you selling me?
Yeah.
Like, I get it. I'm here now.
It always made me laugh too because they used to show Coca-Cola ads.
Yeah.
And popcorn. It's like everyone's got their shit. They're here watching the movie. You only sell Coca-Cola out there. There's not like I was choosing between another brand.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
So it'll be exciting to go to that tomorrow. I've been avoiding everything that we can as far as reviews go. We've seen a couple of outlets that were giving numerical ratings, and they all seem to be...
They're all over the place.
You don't need critics anymore. You don't. I mean, I know they might still have some sort of influence here and there, but you don't need them anymore. Who's saying, like, I went to see that movie because, AV Club or Nerdist gave it a 9 out of 10.
I know.
And half the shit they like, the audience scores are terrible. Like, it's very rare nowadays where the critic score and the audience score are similar, where people agree. I'm not saying it doesn't happen, but it's very minute, the chances of that happening. Because then you'd see like 87% critic score. Really? Well, 33% for the audience saying this movie sucked. And then you saw something today about, it was a reviewer from the UK.
That guy bugged me. Yeah, he basically was, he didn't enjoy it, and his his complaint was, I don't think after seeing this movie we're ever going to get back to a time where cinema was good. And I'm like, go F yourself. like you're taking this too serious. No one cares.
Right.
He's like some writer out of the UK, and I'm just and I'm seeing people all over the map. Like, you know, you can't sit there and look at the scores and think, oh, this is good or bad, because some outlets are rating it very, very, very low.
Right.
And then they've rated things that people hate very high, so you know where their agenda lies. You've got this guy, and then you've got other people saying, no, it's awesome. You know, so trust your friends, trust the people you know. Don't care about all this stuff, because they all want the clout, or they all want the recognition of going against the grain and shitting on something that they know is going to be popular and make money. Mm-hmm. That's what it comes down to. You know, they've got, you know, they all want to watch an A24 political, you know, thriller horror movie and think that it means something else.
That's fine. It's great to watch those too, but it doesn't have to be the same shit all the time.
Exactly.
Anyway, so that's happening tomorrow. What else is happening tomorrow? The Olympics finally start. This has to be at least what? What did you say?
Said who would know?
Yeah. This has to be, and I'll just say for the sake of the United States, right? This has to be the least hyped up, least promoted Olympics, I think, in my lifetime. I remember the 84 Olympics as a little kid, the 88 ones, because they were tied into, that's when like McDonald's started pushing like Olympic meals. Nike started jumping in, and they were doing ads with certain athletes, you know, to push the Olympics, to push product. 92 came around when they finally, America lifted the ban on only amateurs can compete. So they had the Dream Team. So everyone was crazy for that. 96 was in the United States. It was the 100th, the Centennial Olympics for the modern day Olympics.
I was going to say, because we had LA was 84, right? That was Los Angeles.
Yeah, LA was 84.
And then 96, we're talking Atlanta?
Yes.
Okay.
But you could see what I'm talking about. There's been a lot of promotion, a lot of thrill, and even the ones in the 2000 Olympics, which apparently were kind of shitty compared to modern standards, was in Athens, Greece. So people were excited because it's going back to where the Olympics started, and apparently it was the worst watched Olympics and performance, and there was a whole bunch of problems. What else did you have? I don't remember where they were for 2004 and 8, but 12 was in London. That was a big deal. There was a lot of promotion around that. Where was last year's? Tokyo.
Didn't they do it in China?
They did it in
China or Japan? Let me look it up.
No, it was Tokyo.
Was it? Okay.
Yeah, because the London ones handed it off. Remember the mayor of Tokyo came up during a Super Mario Brothers pipe at the end of that.
I remember their mascot was really weird looking.
Yeah, and it got delayed because of COVID. Yes. So they wound up having it in 21 instead of 20. And now we're, because it's every 4 years. So this year is in Paris. It looks amazing from what I've seen. Right. All the aerial shots. It's the first time that they're having an opening ceremony that's not in a stadium. They're doing it on the river Seine, Seine or Seine.
Seine.
Seine. Mm-hmm. Apologies for not having the French pronunciation, but they're having 100 boats with all the athletes that'll be sailing down like about 4 miles of the river, and each bridge that goes over different portions of the river will have different choreographed dancing scenes. If you care about that, but they always put on big shows, light spectaculars, some kind of like Cirque du Soleil style performances, and it's supposed to represent all the cultures of the world coming together to compete in these games. It starts at 7:30 p.m. Paris time, which means in the United States we get to watch it actually live during the day, because when it was in Tokyo, when it was in Australia, that was one of them.
It was like middle of the night you'd be watching stuff.
But they had to repackage everything to air from 8 to 12 on primetime television in the United States. So you could go on live and stream it off the websites and stuff, but they didn't air it until 8 o'clock, and it was all pre-produced, pre-packaged. They cut down all the I guess they cut out all the boring stuff. They got right to pretty much, it was for a while men's swimming and women's gymnastics were the only thing anyone cared about, because it was Michael Phelps and whoever the women are on each year's Olympic team for gymnastics. That seemed to be the only center of attention as far as the Olympics goes. Then they would show track and field and other things, but
I was always a track and field person. Like, I love track and field, and I did it in high school, and it was always like I always loved watching the races and all that stuff. I never got into some of the other sports, and then they started to show off women's volleyball and men's volleyball more, especially like when it was down in Brazil and stuff like that. Like, I mean, those are cool, but I love the track and field stuff. Like, it's always crazy.
Bill B in the chat here reminding it. Yeah, there was a recent one in Beijing, China. You were right. And that was the one. Was that the one where the Muslim women had to wear full garb? They had to wear the full long sleeve outfits because they weren't allowed to wear bikinis or the not bikinis, but the like sports bra and the cutoff shorts that they would wear so they could move around faster and function in the heat and the sand. They had to wear full body coverings when they played. I think it was the Beijing ones.
Here's how much we all have no concept of time. Do you know what year the Beijing Olympics were?
That was the one was
2008.
Oh, that was
long
before.
ago.
That was before the London one.
It was before London, before Brazil, before let's see what else. Sydney, I think we had a Sydney in there. Yeah, so China was 2008, Brazil was 2016. I think the US had it in between there.
We haven't had it since we haven't had it since, as far as the Summer Olympics goes, we haven't had it since 96. But we've had winter. I think they just said we got the Winter Olympics coming somewhere in the 2030s. It's coming to Salt Lake City, Utah. So not only do they steal your hockey team,
I don't want to talk about it.
They've got the Winter Olympics coming there too.
They'll fail.
Yeah.
Los Angeles.
What if the Winter Olympics mascot for Salt Lake City is the old coyote?
It's all ragged.
Nobody's using it. The copyright expired, so they picked it up and they just repurposed it to make pins.
Guys, leave Howler alone. They just put flock on him like you do a Christmas tree, so he's white.
Right. I'm seeing Tom from Alberta here saying nobody cares about anything except women's volleyball. That's not entirely true. It's the women's Olympics, and now the volleyball too. And good for them getting the attention. Don't be naive enough to think that that the news and the media is not sexualizing these people, because that's exactly why those events do so well. Because
the shots are always from down low.
It's fit women in attractive outfits while that's happening. Like it or not, I'm sorry, that's why they're very popular, at least in these United States. And then there has to be some kind of breakthrough men's athlete things going on for them to pay attention to that too. Like LeBron James, and I don't even know have the majority of the players in the NBA anymore, but they're, people will be watching Team USA. That'll be a big thing. It'll be fun if they lost to like a small country, because at one time they lost to like Lithuania, didn't they?
Right.
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
It's like Lithuania beat the Dream Team. It's like, what? Really? How did that happen? Oh, that's right. They weren't really trying. So. All right, so opening ceremonies, everything starts 7:30 p.m. Paris time, so it'll be 1:30 p.m. here in the United States, 10:30 a.m. your time.
Oh my God!
So you've got the all-day sports package going on with streaming NBC.
Throw it on the background.
Like we said, it'll be boats passing some of the most iconic landmarks in France, including the Louvre and Notre Dame. That'll be interesting to see if you see all the fire repairs done.
I was going to say,
or if it's just going to still be blue tarps where the roof used to be.
Well, I know they had a bunch of scaffolding because they were still doing stuff, and I guess it caught on fire again about like 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Right.
Like something else happened. Like it didn't do as much damage as it did back in, I think, 2019 when the big fire hit. But yeah, I mean, that's not done. It's not going to be the most iconic look unless they are like they took it all down just to be like, have a better facing camera there.
Right. So yeah, they'll be traveling down the river. You see all these iconic landmarks and scenery from France. The women's actually it's all the volleyball, the beach volleyball is set up right in front, almost under the Eiffel Tower, so they can have that one shot on the ground where you see the whole volleyball stage, and then you see the Eiffel Tower right behind it. So you're getting your money's worth from the views of where they set this up. Francis seems to be on the track to doing this right and kind of reinventing. Sometimes these games can be very boring. So
yeah,
maybe if they're coming up with new locations, new way of doing things, maybe there's new kind of zipline cameras, drone shots, things like that. We'll see. But it looks exciting, just hasn't been promoted. And NBC can't just rely on, well, we've been running ads on primetime on our channel. That's not enough anymore because most people aren't watching that shit. So you can stream it on Peacock as well in the United States. I don't know outside of the country. I should look up for Canada what they're doing. But in the United States, NBC, I'm sure some activities will be airing on NBC properties like USA Network and I think A&E's theirs too.
They usually tend to spread out the different sporting events over their different properties. So yeah, you'll see probably some of that stuff over on TNT or no, that's Rupert Murdoch stuff. I don't know, but yeah, they'll have it over different channels and stuff like that. So
you flip over to CNBC thinking you're going to watch Jim Cramer's Money Machine or whatever it's called, and you're just seeing the new breakdancing competitions that they have.
Oh my gosh,
that's a sport. That's a sport. It was a demonstration sport, I think, the last time around, and now it's in there. See, there it is, Scott. I'll be watching the breakdancing. Yes, breakdancing is a thing. I should have got a list too to see what some of the new demonstration sports.
Keep going through. I'll find it.
Okay, you do all that. Also, for the opening ceremonies, it was just announced that there will be a duo performance of Lady Gaga and Celine Dion. They're going to be performing a French song. I didn't even write it down because I wasn't going to try to pronounce it. But they'll be performing. Apparently, they did a rehearsal last night. Some people got a chance to pop in to see wherever they were rehearsing and said it looks pretty good. So that will be part of the opening ceremonies. And Coca-Cola sponsored there's an official Olympic song.
Apparently so.
Now, we knew the two Olympic songs, which is the John Williams version. Mm-hmm. And the other one that goes back to like the 30s.
But while you're looking for that, so yeah, breakdancing, breaking is making its way into the competition. It's a 16 men and 16 women known as B-boys and B-girls. Gross. Will compete in breaking with separate one-day competitions for each, which I believe is the 8th and 9th of August. Right. Actually, no, the 9th. And then the men will compete on the 10th. So the women's first on the 9th. Similar to gymnastics or ice skating in the Winter Olympics, contestants will be judged by varied criteria that's a mix of artistic expression and athletic power and grace. We're getting that. Let's see, surfing, skateboarding, sport climbing, and 3-on-3 basketballs coming back. They made a debut at the Tokyo Games. Do you care
about 3-on-3 basketball? I don't really care about basketball, but I know fans who were excited for that league that Ice Cube was funding for a while, and then that seemed to have died out.
Yep.
Like, I just don't care about basketball. It really doesn't do anything for me. I know people like it. It's like the second sport behind football, but it's a distant second behind football. The themes here for the Olympics theme. Originally, it was Bugler's Dream by Leo Arnaud. It was a composer. They started using it in the 30s. All the way up until 1984, where John Williams composed the Olympic fanfare and theme. And then John Williams did the remix for the 1996 Olympics, which merged both songs together. And that has been the official theme that NBC has used since 1996 to today. It starts off with Bugler's Dream and then goes into the John Williams fanfare. I am going to miss the fact that Bob Costas was not sitting alone in a chair in a giant room that they could have put maybe 6 other broadcasts in there. But he needed to be sitting in a room with a fireplace and a large screen television, like he was having a fireside chat with the nation, and then telling you all the recaps and highlights, and then, little one-on-one interviews with some of the athletes. But he's not a part of any of this anymore.
No. So Liz Clark saying that they're singing La Vie en Rose. So that was a Edith Piaf.
Is it just The Edge of Glory, but in French? Is that it? No? Okay.
No. But that's what they're going to be singing. Some of the other events actually making a debut. This one sounds really cool. It's called Kayak Cross. 4 kayakers race against one another as they navigate 6 downstream gates and 2 upstream gates. It's the first time in a canoe slalom in which athletes race against each other instead of the clock.
Wait, so they're in kayaks.
They're basically drag racing kayaks.
It's like, all right, you got to go 7 miles down this river here, go, and then whoever just crossed. How is that different from other kayaking?
Well, the kayaking that they usually do is they go through gates, and it's a speed competition. So
is that where they had the rowing crew?
Well, no, that's rowing. This is like in a kayak down like a river.
Okay,
and they have to go through different gates. They've had that kind of competition before, where they have to actually get a time. This time they're racing people. You got one team versus another, and that's how they do it. So first team to get across wins. So they're doing that. Men are doing the artistic swimming for the first time.
Wait, hold on. I'm staying with the kayaks here.
You want the kayaks?
Yeah, going back with the kayaks. So you said it's kayak cross?
Yeah, so it's called Kayak Cross. 4 kayakers race against one another as
single competitors each kayak, right?
Yes.
Okay.
It's not a team.
Not a team thing or a duo
it's like
thing.
it's just like the one guy in the kayak with the.
How about this?
Shouldn't be doing this, but yeah.
All right. We'll see how it goes. It'll probably be boring, but you never know. Scott saying in the chat there, add gators and I'll watch. I would be all about that. But why don't they do one of those weird hybrid activities like they do in the Winter Olympics, where you're doing long distance ski? You're doing the long distance skiing and then skeet shooting.
Yeah,
you're carrying a 4-shot pellet gun on your back as you start going cross country.
You're in the kayak and you're pulling out rifles.
Yeah, but that's the thing. You're trying to take the other people out. Like you hit targets on their. You're not shooting at them. I mean that could be for
no.
I
like this.
No, but like you're shooting at different targets on their kayaks, which will then like puncture holes or flip them over, almost like like at that area near the Country Bear Jamboree in Disney or something like that, where you just see this whole like Wild West scape and it has the little bullseyes and you hit it and something happens. The rattlesnake's head shoots up and you hit something over here. A wolf howls. You're knocking
what's sad about that? They're
what?
Taking that away this year. That's going away. So
is it really?
They are. They're getting rid of it. I read about it.
I loved that. It's so dumb, but I love it.
You know what they're replacing it with?
What?
A waiting area for people who get like the Disney like club stuff.
Oh, like, the D23 stuff?
They're making it like
Club
a D23 or no, it's not Club 30. It's the D23 or like whoever has like the good hotel stuff.
Mm-hmm.
They're making it like a waiting area they can relax in and stuff like that. I was like, that's dumb. I'd rather go shoot fake snakes.
Oh, so you're going to have like the United Club, one of those airline clubs where you have free internet, you can charge your phone, and we've got a bar here for you that charges you nothing.
Exactly what they're doing, yeah.
Instead of shooting random things and having the time of your life. Damn it. But I would love to see that if you could have the gun where you're trying to, with a pellet gun, trying to take out the other competitors as you're rowing down the.
Or even like a paintball gun, so you can just see like they come across and they're all colored up.
Do that. It's eco-friendly. Awesome. It only stains the water like how when they turn the Chicago River green.
Exactly.
So it's there. But it doesn't kill anything. It dissipates and no harm to the environment. My God,
I like it.
Full combat kayak as they're just going down. You got to row for a little bit. You hit certain channel markers. You can't just out the gate start shooting everybody. Like stay behind as they're going off. You shoot them all out, so then you can get the advantage. You hit different markers, and you have to change your style of attack.
What'd even be better is to encourage people going quicker. Their teammates are on the sidelines. They're the ones shooting while the kayakers are trying to get past them and not get hit. So you're just like sitting there watching people.
That'll be a different portion of the you go under a bridge, and as soon as you come out from that other side of the bridge, it's free game for all the teammates and supporters over there. They're hucking I don't know, water balloons, slingshot water balloons, something like that. It's not going to hurt the person, but it is going to ruin their
nice kayaks,
their chances at winning this thing. I think that would be a lot of fun.
It's just like American Gladiators now. At this point, we're just shooting people.
Why not?
Balls out of the machines.
Why not? Some guy rolls off the bridge and he's in the big steel globe, but it floats.
I love that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just one of those plastic ball, hamster ball things.
That's it. Yeah, the boy in the bubble thing. They roll in there. Now it's like you think you've got some distance, you're taking it a little easier. You're pedaling, and then all of a sudden you look around and there's two guys in the floating balls that are running at you, and you're like, what is going on here? I did not train for this. They don't tell you half the stuff that's going to happen on this.
Yeah, they don't give you all the rules. Yeah, exactly.
I like where this is going. We should send it to the Olympics. It'd be so much fun.
Let's get it for the LA ones. We'll see if Rob's got some connections in Hollywood.
Now,
so yeah, that's pretty much it. Most of the other stuff are just kind of like modifications to existing things, like a new women's weight class to boxing, an event called the Marathon Race Walk. Just sounds like what old people do at the malls before 7 a.m. Just sitting there, just speed walking in their tracksuits. Like, speed walking is the dumbest event I think I've ever seen.
I gotta fill you in on something here. So I was going to set up for the new unofficial anthem of the 2024 Olympics. Mm-hmm. They took it down.
Did they really?
It says video's not available anymore.
Oh, I just pulled that like less than 20 minutes ago.
I should have.
I'll look for it again.
Yeah, this video is not available.
What's it called? Hello Olympics?
Hello World. There's a song
World.
that we're singing, Come On Get Happy.
Come on, get happy.
So anyway, what we're talking about is what they call a collaboration of Gwen Stefani and Anderson Paak.
I believe so.
I've never heard of the gentleman, but yeah, the song's gone off the official Olympics channel.
Try that one that I just put in the private chat.
Okay.
That one's saying it's still up. Like maybe it's blocking you because of pop-up blockers.
Yeah,
it's definitely
this video
working.
is not available.
It's working on my end.
Let me see.
Try to bring it up.
Think maybe the VPN's fucking with it?
I think so.
Okay, let's turn this off here. Hopefully it doesn't disconnect the show. Let's see.
Oh, you're back. You're back in the United States.
There we go.
Where do you usually broadcast from? Dubai?
There it is. No, I was set to... Where was I set? New York City. I was here. Okay.
20 minutes that way.
So, are they I'm sure there's something to counter everything, but are they now using software that can detect you're on a VPN so they can block you from trying to region hop in order to watch things?
Isn't that the reason VPN exists, is to be able to hide that kind of stuff? I don't know if they have a counter to it.
All right.
That is very odd.
Let us bring this up here. It's probably going to have to get cut, or they're going to strike us or something. But
and we don't have to listen to the whole thing. We can pop in every now and then.
Yeah. At least the radio audience will be able to hear it, because that gets paid for. If this starts off that plastic new age music for hella good. Down, 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 down. Yeah, they just repurpose a No Doubt song and just put Olympics in there instead.
Terrible.
Here we go.
Hello world, where you been? I've been waiting for you and your friends. One love.
Ad placement, Coca-Cola, right on the stage.
Well, it's sponsored by Coca-Cola.
Oh, it is. Okay.
That's their official sponsored song for it.
Music's fine. The lyrics stink. Like the singing on it's not good.
The sound's fine.
This is good instrumental for a rejoin.
Right.
Well, that's lazy. The yeah-yeahs and woos. What's the NoFX song? I hate woes. I hate oohs and ahs and na-na-na-na-nas. But yeah-yeahs are okay. So they are okay. Oh, she's Fergie rapping.
Yeah. She's a goddamn vampire, that woman.
Well, she got work done again this year when she showed up on The Voice, and everyone online was like, she looks like a cat now. Like she got sucked in so much in her face that she was just looking like a cat. Which I don't think she needed it.
She's always been attractive. Like,
I don't think she needed that. So
that's why her ponytail so tight keeps her face.
Is that supposed to be France, or is that LA behind the Olympic?
I don't know. That doesn't look like France.
Yeah.
I think it'd at least green screen the host country in there.
Yeah, I don't know what city that is in the back.
I honestly think that's just a.
Now I understand they're using past
LA
clips because the Paris Olympics haven't started yet, so you've got to use
New York.
Could it be New York? I didn't recognize the buildings.
Here, go back a little bit. I think I saw a bridge.
Yeah, I saw what you're talking about there too. Yeah, hold on.
Right about.
Yeah, hold on. We're looking. It's off to the right there, right?
Yeah, it's like right in the right corner area.
Yeah. We're singing it just like they are.
Honestly, doesn't look at all like it would be somewhere in France.
Speaking of a bridge, they need one in this song because this is just carrying the hook and the chorus into the verses, and it's really nothing. Yeah, that one right there.
Yeah,
maybe this is New York. No, I don't. New York doesn't have a power plant like that.
It's not France.
And it's definitely not France.
Huh.
Oh, maybe it is New York. Look to the left. The stupid, horrible rectangle skyscrapers now that they have with no top, no features. Yeah.
I think they did this in New York. Again, makes no sense.
Or they didn't. It looks like they're in a soundstage. Look at the stage at the bottom there. It looks like, remember the set where Keenen Ivory Wayans would come out for In Living Color? And it was supposed to be like the rooftops of the buildings and the projects.
Well, yeah, I mean, the imagery is probably New York, but they definitely filmed this on a soundstage. Or they probably have like that big screen in the background that's playing a video behind them. There's no way this is filmed on location.
Yeah, there's really no... Oh, she loves doing that dance.
You're still doing the Yeah 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 song.
She loves doing that dance. She does that when they were covering Stand and Deliver, the Adam Ant song, in the music videos and all her live performances. She does that thing where she leans forward and then does like the back shuffle with her feet.
Yeah, she's like...
Yeah.
It's lazy.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
They cut it really fast. She looks good.
Yeah, she looks, she's fine. He sounds okay. Like, the problem is he sounds like some of just everybody else that's doing what he's doing, you know?
I don't hate it, but it is kind of schlocky.
It's catchy, but it's lazy.
Yeah.
It's a lot of yays.
Yeah, it's very safe. It's very generic.
Generic, sugary, very poppy. Like, no one can get mad at it, honestly. There's really nothing to be upset about it.
So, if this is the Olympics and Coca-Cola Company teamed up with whoever to bring you this song, let's see if the Olympics actually uses this anywhere. This could be something they put online, and then NBC or any of the other, what's the broadcast outlet for the Olympic, IOC? And let's see if they broadcast this anywhere, and they go, yeah, no, we're not doing this. I appreciate the billions that you spend to advertise with us, Coca-Cola, but this song sucks, and so does the rest of the world think that.
En français, and then they have to change the lyrics.
Wonder if they're going to do a tribute to, like, usually in the opening and the closing ceremonies, they do a tribute to French celebrities, French artists, French pop cultural events. I'm hoping if they do something
in memoriam democracy,
something like that. If they bring in like Inspector Clouseau, they do like a Pink Panther thing.
That would be fun.
Maybe
because when they had it in London, they did a whole bit with the Queen and James Bond, and they made it very England, very London.
Right.
So I don't know.
And they had Monty Python there. They had the royal family was there at different portions throughout the Olympics. The opening and closing ceremonies had different members of the royal family. Let's see. What if they do, what's the Tom Hanks movie where, remember, he was looking for religious clues at the Louvre?
Oh my God. Oh,
because the sequel was Angels and Demons. I forget what the first one was called. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, I know. I'm going to look. Because it's going to bug me, because I know Robert Langdon is the character, and I can't think of the title of this stupid book.
Right.
Because I actually liked Angels and Demons. Robert Langdon. And it's going to bother me the second I see it, and it's going to be frustrating. Let's see. Dan Brown did them. Angels and Demons. Come on, Dan Brown.
Why is this taking you so long?
Da Vinci Code.
Thank you.
Because the internet pulls you in all kinds of
no,
weird
you're
directions.
just
Everyone
typing
wants to know
things
their
that
fucking
don't. You're going too far into it until it just.
You could have been talking.
I could have. I could have, but I didn't.
You're the professional.
That's on both of us. That's on both of us.
This is both of our faults.
So anyway, there's your Olympic coverage starting off. We won't be on till next week, so a bunch of stuff may or may not have happened by then. We can talk about that, unless, at this point, a part of the world explodes. And I'm not talking about like man-made, like nature explodes. We have this video from Yellowstone we're going to show in a second. Or at this point, aliens might finally make contact. We might get a radio signal. Somebody might invade us. Anything can happen this year because it is happening. We're in bizarro world with this timeline.
Isn't it customary for like the host countries to like have the heads of state at these kinds of things? Like, wouldn't, like, in theory, Biden be there?
No. What, for the Olympics?
Or would they send? Yeah, or like would they send? Like,
they have Jill Biden's there. Jill Biden is there with Team USA, but you don't have heads of state there unless you're the host country.
Okay.
So, like, you wouldn't have King Charles or Joe Biden or like the Emperor of Japan, and those people showing up there. You'd have delegates from their administrations or
gotcha
kingdoms, whatever,
or like Secretary of State or something like
that. Like Joe Biden went there as a they call it's like a goodwill mission, even though it's France. We don't have a problem with them, but she went there as a form of support. She's there with the teammates for at least for the opening ceremony. She'll be there on the boat.
That's what I meant. Like they wouldn't be stayed the whole time, but like show a face at the opening ceremony, support the. No,
it's usually just the leaders of the hosting country are the ones that make those big appearances. And then at the end, they do the handover to the next country that's going to take it over in another 4 years. So we'll see how that all goes. We got to move on to the other big thing that's been happening right now is San Diego Comic-Con. And the first official day is in the books. Yesterday was preview night, which is like the floor at the con opens up for 3 hours, and people just, if you have those advanced badges, you can go in there and just shop ahead of time.
Shopping day, yeah.
They're not revealing anything. They're not doing appearances or anything like that. But Thursday of the opening day of San Diego Comic-Con usually is when they start making the announcements, and then usually Saturday night, afternoon to evening at Hall H is when all the big things come out. Mm-hmm. Which I believe Marvel is back this year, so they're going to be there. I know after the Marvel panel, Kevin Smith's going to be there talking about his new movie, the 4:30 movie, I think it's called. Yeah. So he'll be there. I don't think DC has a presence there this year. I don't know who else is doing panels.
DC has pulled back. They're not going to be doing too much, especially since they just wrapped like Superman. So I think James Gunn is kind of pulling back. They might announce some like comic stuff, but you're not going to see a lot of like audiovisual type things. You're not going to be announcing any new projects.
Right.
Star Wars is not going to be there because they're pulling out of their stuff to do more of the D23 stuff later on in the year.
Well, they also have Celebration too, right?
Right. Celebration and all that. So they are going to be kind of just MIA as far as any Star Wars related news, but you will be seeing a lot of Marvel stuff because I think they are really going to be pushing everything with Deadpool Wolverine and kind of redoing their roadmap. I mean, they announced a bunch of stuff a couple years ago. Last year was kind of lackluster. But this is, I was telling you this last night. I feel like this is going to be the year where they feel like they're kind of almost back in the swing of things. You're still not going to get the big Hall H craziness like of years past. I think all those are gone.
Right.
But you're still going to get some good news out of this the next couple of days. So I'm excited to kind of see what they start to put out there.
Well, we have a few things we can talk about here. If you're into Legos, I guess this was a big deal. I don't like this particular set at all.
It's interesting looking, and I'm on the fence on whether or not I want it.
It's pixelated 16-bit graphic, not the 8-bit graphic, which whenever you see the pixelation stuff, it's usually original NES era stuff. This is 16-bit Super NES era. This is Super Mario World, which was the first title to be released with the Super Nintendo system. It's Mario and Yoshi, and he's on Yoshi riding together. But yeah, I don't care about this.
That almost looks like a sticker. Like it's weird. And they have video of people using it. They have that little hand crank right there. And what it does is it makes it look like he's walking, and then it does the tongue movement. So it's fully movable and articulated, which is kind of neat. It looks
that
like
is
a pretty
big.
good size.
That
yeah,
is
exactly.
All right, that is bigger than I thought it would be.
Yeah, like it looks like a big piece. And yeah, retail are going
it's
to
a
put
big
that out for
piece.
like $130. But
Yeah, I don't care about
interesting,
this,
but
and I
I don't
don't
know
want this. Not that it matters if I like it or not. It'll sell well for them because it's Nintendo. But I think
I'm
they've
running
made
out of space because I've got the
I think they've made better pieces of it. Like they made the they made the Nintendo Entertainment System as a Lego set.
Hold on, it's back there.
All right, hold on. Let's go to Jordan.
So there's the Nintendo Entertainment System in Lego form. You got the system, you got the TV that came with it, and it actually moves Mario up and down like you're watching it. There's a controller.
Right.
They just came out with this guy 6 months ago. So you got the Fire Flower. Down below is my Atari system in Lego. And then you've got the little question mark block, which is kind of cool because it opens up to show little kind of dumbed down versions of each level of the Mario 64. So they've done better. These are really cool. But I kind of like the way that looks. It's different. I just don't know if I'm going to get it right away. I thought originally someone announced early that it was going to be like $250, and like, gross, I'm not spending that kind of money.
Wait,
it's going to retail for like $130.
I want to go back 1 second there. The block that's right over your shoulder, the yellow block there. You said if you open that up, there's other things in it.
Do you want to see it?
Does it? Yeah, if you could.
Here, let me grab it.
Go grab that. Put it on me while he does that there. My earpiece keeps falling out. Yeah, is it animated? Is it like battery operated? Does it light up? Or is it just pieces sitting in there stationary that you can look at? Uh-oh.
I didn't hear one thing you said to me, so hope you didn't talk.
Is it battery operated? Does it make noise? Does it make like the braking sound effect? Or does anything light up in it?
So it's just a full block.
Okay.
Top. Bottom is empty because, as you can see, it houses a bunch of stuff on the inside.
Right.
And then, let me try to see if I can open it up. So, front end opens up.
Okay.
And this flips open. It's hard to do on camera, so I'll do this. It flips open. Closes.
Oh,
and
wow.
These go down to reveal the different levels.
Okay, that's cooler than I thought.
You got a little Mario in there.
Yeah.
You got the little lava level.
It's the overview map of the kingdom. Yeah.
Essentially, yeah. That took forever to build because there's a lot of like rubber bands on the inside to keep everything where it goes and a lot of little gears.
Lucy Moody in the chat, Legos are stupid expensive. Yeah, they are. They weren't cheap to begin with because there's a lot of, you're getting quality out of this stuff. There's a lot of pieces, a lot of direction, what have you. But when they really started to blow up like 20 years ago with models of popular products, then they can just charge whatever the hell they want at that point because people are going to pay for it.
And then inside you got a little Bowser.
Very cool.
Yeah. This one was $250, which is a lot of money.
Jesus. Yeah.
They aren't cheap. Like the Jaws Lego set that we're both kind of wanting, that comes out for, I think it's $150, comes out at the beginning of August. I'm going to get that one. And then they have the Lego Link Legend of Zelda Deku Tree You can build it 2 different ways. That's going to be $300.
I think
my
I
Venmo
don't even
is.
remember what I spent. I know it was over $200, but I bought The Simpsons house when that came out.
Yeah, I've got that in my closet.
And I don't. I know it was at least over $200. I don't remember
They're
how much
expensive.
it really was, but that's the only thing that I spent money on, that I could justify to myself. Like, yeah, I can do this and not feel like I wasted my money. All right, so that Lego thing is not the only thing that happened at San Diego.
No.
They've also announced Monty Python and the Holy Grail is coming to Magic the Gathering.
Such a weird collaboration to me.
Well, Knights. Why would that be? Are Knights not part of Dungeons and Dragons or whatever Magic is?
Felt kind of off. Like, I know they did Lord of the Rings. Giddles was trying to get the Lord of the Rings, and they did that One Ring card where it was literally the only one. I don't know. I just never saw this one coming.
They did that. They did a Godzilla. Lord of the Rings. Godzilla Magic the Gathering. Somebody gave me that card. I have that somewhere. And then I think they did a Doctor Who one, or they made a Doctor Who made their own kind of Magic set or something.
I think it was all linked together. Like, it was all part of the set, yeah.
Well, anyway, it's coming to Magic the Gathering. The new collaboration will be released as 2 limited edition secret lair drops. I don't know what that means. Featuring reprints of classic Magic cards with new art based on the 1975 British comedy film.
I think they were like box sets. So, like, you'll get like a couple starter
So you got to buy a box set in order to get
That's going to be expensive.
Yeah, I'm not doing that. I'll just wait till somebody puts them up on eBay and overpay for that.
Just make Giddles do it and see if he can get you something.
Because if
cool.
they got like King Arthur and the guy with the coconuts as a card, I'll take that.
That'd be so funny.
Or the Black Knight,
I'm the King of the Britons,
where all the limbs are cut off.
Yeah,
that
what
would
are you
be
gonna do?
fun.
Bleed on me?
It's just a flesh wound. What else do we have here? Peacock. We were just talking about them with the Olympics. Showed off a very brief teaser for its upcoming its upcoming thriller series, Teacup, which also while also confirming that it is streaming in October. The show follows a desperate group of people in rural Georgia who might come together in the face of a mysterious threat in order to survive. Why is this a mention?
Because Peacock is doing all kinds of new things. I think it's James Wan doing it, so he's known for his horror movies. He did the last like Aquaman stuff. I feel like they're doing the same stuff over and over. Like, the reason I brought this up is it feels like it's like, oh, we got to do mysterious threats in order to. That's Lost. That's the show From. Like, it's the same premise, really. And so to announce that at Comic-Con is kind of weird.
Yeah, I'm skimming through the trailer here. All it is showing is, it's like red. Is it like Chinese style or Japanese style drawing? It's just red ink on these teacups, and they have different kinds of mythical creatures and look like hellspawn creatures on there. It says from the mind behind Insidious and The Conjuring.
Yeah,
and Ian McCulloch is the. I know him. Teacup new series October. Yeah, that's all it shows is a teacup and then a map with a circle on it, and that's it. So something is coming.
Something is coming. I mean, we're on the first day of Comic-Con. They're not announcing the big stuff. So these will be the dregs. Sunday might be the dregs.
And then finally, Transformers 1. The official full trailer has come out. It comes out September 20th. I'm guessing, is that in the theaters?
Yeah, it's going to go to the movie theater.
Starring Chris Hemsworth, Brian Tyree Henry, Scarlett Johansson, Keegan-Michael Key, Steve Buscemi, Lawrence Fishburne, and my favorite, John Hamm.
I do love John Hamm.
He likes Ham. Yeah, fuck off. It's Hamm. John Hamm, he's an awesome actor. Why is there a fee? Oh, these are my questions. I'm reading my questions. So do you want to look at the trailer, or should we just talk about it?
It's up to you. I've seen the trailer that they released a while back. In fact, I think it played in front of Twisters when we went and saw Twisters.
Okay.
So I've seen footage of it. If you want to, I have no care, really. I mean, it still looks better than that Beast Wars one that they did 2 years ago. That
was god awful. All right, we'll take a look here and see what you guys think of this. Stop that screen. Bring up this screen.
But I saw your questions and I'm ready to answer them.
Okay, please do here. So here we go.
For thousands of years, we have been at war. But before, we were enemies.
Right there, this is a high budget production.
Mm-hmm.
Right there, this looks like it's a Robot Chicken sketch.
Or like a Cartoon Network series. Like, this shouldn't be a full-length movie.
This looks like they're doing stop-start animation with the toys.
Yeah.
But they're not.
We were like brothers. You ready?
Always ready. Let's punch in. Hey, watch where you're going.
What did you say?
It's not like he can transform.
Hey, Darkwing.
Don't.
My finger can transform. Guess which one?
Allow me.
I appreciate you having my back.
No matter what.
Okay, I mean...
It's a buddy movie.
Yeah.
It'll be fun for the kids. Like, I want to take the kids.
It's an SOS message from the surface.
Fantastic.
Is that Bumblebee?
We are more
Yes.
than meets the eye.
Didn't they-
Keegan-Michael Key is Bumblebee.
But didn't they meet Bumblebee on Earth? Like, wasn't
No.
he... No?
No, he was like Optimus Prime's like lieutenant. He's always been that.
And these are the ancient ones, right?
Your
Yeah, I think so.
potential.
They almost look like Unicron in a way. Like
That's,
the way they
everything looks like Unicron. It's like he's waiting for the four faces to... not Unicron, what were the ones that have the four faces that spin?
Oh God, I know. Yes, I remember them.
Yeah.
I can't think of the name.
Roll out.
Roll out.
All right. I will say I'm excited for this shot alone because these were my two favorite. Right there.
Yes. I used to have the tape deck with the little guys.
Yep. I wish I still had that.
Ravager and
I had, it had Ravage. It had Rumble, the little robot guy. Then I had one that was the Bat. And then they came out with another little Rumble guy. Like I forgot what his name was. And then they just when they'd make a cool character on one side of the Transformers, they need to have the equivalent version on the other side. So Soundwave was there from the beginning, and then like a season or two in, they had to come up with what was his name, Boombox or whatever, Beatbox. the Autobots one where he's red and yellow and he looks stupid. Like no one gave a
you
care.
gotta sell the toys. You got to repaint them.
Yeah. So and then this guy, I forgot his name.
Is that Shockwave? Because that's Soundwave.
Yeah, so he must be Shockwave. He turned into that laser cannon gun. And he was also the guy that used to run the Star Bridge between Cybertron and Earth. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Louder. Transform and roll.
Yeah, and she shows up in here. Like, why is she a main character when she was never part of the
Like you said, we can be so much
G1
more.
stories or the comic book stuff?
Here, pause it.
Maybe it's just me, but
Yeah.
he's different.
Pause it real quick.
Yeah.
She was.
I don't remember part of the
She was in
first...
Transformers the movie. She got introduced in. Like,
That was later on they brought her in.
She was introduced in 1985.
She was not in the first couple years of the TV show until they did the movie where everything changed over and they killed off most of the people.
She was in a couple episodes with Optimus Prime before they killed him off. 1985.
She
Christmas
was never
Day.
a
It was
main
called War
part
Dawn.
of the stories. They just threw her in there. Oh, girls
They didn't
might
let
like
her
Transformers
transform.
too. Girls didn't give a shit about Transformers.
Yeah, she was like a pink, like hot rod looking character.
Yeah, she was part of the Hot Rod generation, which was G2.
Right.
She wasn't part of the first one.
She showed up in G1 briefly. She didn't transform. And then she was in Transformers the movie. And then she became a character in G2 where she transformed into like a pink hot rod.
Is this true, Jeff? They just released a 40th anniversary Soundwave. It was like $20 in Walmart. Oh, I'm going to have to go look for that. I want that.
Yeah. But yeah, she's been around.
Okay.
Because at first I thought she was RC. And I'm like, nah, that's not RC.
Look at this. Just look at the audio people, I'm sorry, this sucks. This doesn't work for you. But look at this right here. He's got the cannon on his arm, the old-fashioned cannon. I'm happy to see that. What I'm not happy with is that they still won't put him back to being a gun.
No, they won't.
Burn it down! All of it!
We have to Stop him.
I will watch this once it's on demand. I will. I like that Cybertron series that they did on Netflix.
That's what I was kind of hoping they would do.
It was 3 parts, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was actually really good.
Yeah, War for Cybertron.
Right. But this thing right here is and he doesn't.
See, yeah, there she is.
Awesome! That's what I'm talking about.
Now is the time for us to stand up together.
I'm not even mad at her. I'm just annoyed that they're shoehorning the female car into this.
Well, it's better than RC. RC I never liked.
I don't remember RC.
She was the pink motorcycle.
But what was the one that had like Scatman Crothers, like Jazz?
Oh, Jazz was good.
Jazz was there, and who was the mechanic one that was kind of gruff?
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, I can't remember the name.
Yeah, it's killing me.
And your shockwave?
Oh, this line is actually pretty good.
Starscream and your shockwave and soundwave? Enough. Gosh, raise your hand if wave is in your name. There's a lot of waves.
That's funny.
That's kind of dumb. I like it.
that line has a little bit of a redeeming quality to it. All right, so yeah, one was my first question was, why are they putting her front and center when she never really was? At least for this round of Transformers. She was with Hot Rod, Rodimus Prime. What was the big version of Optimus, but he was white and blue?
Oh, fucking shit.
You know who I'm talking about? He was a bigger truck. He was red, white, and blue.
Yeah, I'll look at him.
Like, he was that era. The later era stuff when they brought Optimus
like
back.
G2.
Yeah, G2 going into G3 stuff. It looks fine. I'm sure it'll do well. It comes out.
Ultra Magnus, was it?
Yes, that's who I'm thinking of. Comes out September 20th in theaters, and that's about it for anything that came out of San Diego today.
I was gonna say that'll probably stream by October.
Right.
You'll see that on like Paramount Plus.
Let me. All right, so we'll move on from there. Let me show you some, because I made mention to it before. I have it here somewhere. Maybe I didn't load it. No, I didn't load it. There it is. I got it.
The Yellowstone.
Yep. So I made mention of Yellowstone, that this could be the year that anything is possible. And I talked about things blowing up. Now, for the longest time, people have been saying, I actually, you know what? Now I'm second guessing myself. Was it Yosemite or was it Yellowstone that they said was due to explode, like be a major volcanic eruption?
I think it was Yellowstone. They were talking about that.
Well, it's starting. It's starting to happen.
Why not?
A portion of the Yellowstone National Park called Biscuit Basin. There are people walking around. It's usually an area that have geysers. I don't know if this is where Old Faithful is. I think Old Faithful is Yosemite, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so Yellowstone.
See what he says, Jellystone. Yes, exactly.
It was. That all those bears stealing the picnic baskets, causing mass chaos. But, so tourists are just out there. They're looking at the area that would normally have water geysers and lush forests, and it's an amazing to walk through any of these national parks like that. It just looks amazing. And when you happen to just be filming and it decides to blow up on its own, is quite a spectacle to behold. Take a look at this.
Damn.
I like at first it's like back up. It's like, no, get the fuck out of there. Yeah, the kids are just standing there, like, grab the kids by the face. Imminent danger. Move.
Holy shit.
I noticed that mom decided to run, and then like have to look back to get the kids. No, push the kids in front of you. This is the same thing.
She didn't look back to get the kids. She looked back just to keep the camera on. So that she got him in the shot, and then saw the kids happen to be in the shot, and they're like, move. She's telling them to run to get out of the shot, not because there's potential danger here that could ruin their lives. Now, you could also say, I saw some people online like, well, it's just, it's a water spout or something like that. It's not that big a deal.
Not that level, though.
Yeah, but it'll just rain down. It'll be fine. That's scalding water. If that lands down on you, that's like boiling a pot of water and then throwing at somebody right in front of you. Like they're right here and you just throw it immediately right at them. It's going to melt flesh.
Oh my God.
Look at all that. And the kids are back there. She let the kids back right where this thing erupted.
Kids are back on the escalator again. Oh, man.
But look at that. It's a huge crater now in the middle of this area of the park. And I'm guessing that's water right there, right? All that water's still boiling.
Yeah.
Hey, be careful. You're walking off the wooden boardwalk now. You're just walking on soft, melted soil. Be careful, kids. Don't play around there. No, shoo. Like, that's the level of...
Well, tourists are stupid.
Yeah. And
like,
Lucy Moody...
They just get real stupid.
Lucy Moody in the chat here, it's like, yeah, aftershocks. This thing could settle right now and then blow another gasket. Jared the Geek saying Yellowstone is the giant super volcano. Okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah, Woody Harrelson's character in 2012 told us this. Why are these people so lackadaisical about it? Run. Get the hell out.
Well, I paid all day for this ticket. There's no ticket. It's a national park. You can go in there. Even at this point, if they started to run, if this thing blew up again bigger than what they had,
they're not getting.
They're all dead. Or severely burned.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe even drowned. Imagine all three. You burn to death, then you burn half to death, and then you drown.
Because at first you're burning, you're like, oh, at least the water is... No, I'm dead.
Lucy, yeah, that water would turn you into soup. Exactly.
Like, I'm glad no one died. I'm glad we got some footage of it. But Jesus Christ, people, get out of there.
I am very grateful that she did keep the camera on. I am criticizing her for her lack of contempt and well-being for her children.
Skills are very, very annoying.
But the fact that she kept the camera still, I would have preferred it if it was an HD landscape. But you take what you can get in these kind of moments.
Here's the thing. Look, Jared the Geek saying people fall in those thermal pools and get liquefied every year. I need stats on that. Like, I want to know how many people get lost to these thermal pools.
I'm sure there's some, like, fucking new age dummies that go in there and it's like, oh, no, it's like the hot springs in Iceland. You go in there and the salt and the mud rejuvenate your skin. Yeah, it rejuvenates it to the point that it liquefies and starts anew.
No, it's the burn springs of Yellowstone. Get the hell out of here.
And there's some asshole is gonna fuck with his friend, like, shove, like, oh, I didn't mean to push him in all the way. I was just fucking with him. Yeah, well, he's dead now.
And now you're in jail.
All right, so yeah, Yellowstone's about to blow up, and we're gonna lose 3/4 of the United States. That's just my prediction. All right, moving on. We should change this up here a little bit. Did you see the Fox News clip about the Huck Tua thing with Kamala Harris?
I heard about it. They're just so all over the place. It's hard to keep up with whatever the Fox News roundtables are doing.
There's plenty to go on. Like, if you're running against Kamala Harris, or if you don't like her, right? There's plenty enough to go on her to attack her politically. With her DA record, a lot of the state of California doesn't like her. A lot of the black community doesn't like her. She's no friend to people who have ever been incarcerated for next to nothing, who've had weed charges and things like that. They sympathize with other people who had maybe a dime bag and they wound up doing like 5 years, that was unnecessary. She's terrible with the border policies and in the enforcement. They were trying to say, because they're now calling her the border czar is offensive. And they said she's not the border czar. That was never an official title. Yeah, no shit. The newspapers dub people and political candidates with a name all the time. It's nothing new. But she's like, she was never really in charge of that stuff. And then, okay, legit news organizations put out the clips of where President Biden signed something new when he first got in and said, I'm putting her in charge of the border. She will do a great job, whatever. So there's plenty of legitimate stuff you can go after her with.
Right.
If you're going to play in the mud, I mean, fine, that's what they're going to choose to do. But you don't need to go after her for other stupid shit that just looks at petty and small when you can hit her with big, important stuff, especially this close to the election. So there was always a lot of stuff making fun of her that she might have slept her way to certain positions. The funny video that they put is her walking with Montel Williams.
Yeah.
And that other girl is like, oh, she was the side hoe in the relationship. And then people had to point out,
I see that one a lot.
That's his daughter. That was his daughter and her. So she was the main hoe, not the side hoe for all of that.
Oh, good.
Right? He can go in the money with all that stuff. So, yeah, people were saying like, oh, she's slept with people or allegedly had done things in order to had relationships with people to further her career. This comes from Fox. This is he doesn't work at Fox, but I think he's a contributor named Alec Lace.
Okay.
And this is what he said about her here. Let's bring this up.
Yeah, and then there's the DEI press secretary telling you that the DEI vice president is the future of the party here. And so the future looks kind of dim for the Democrats here, but this is no shocker either. Kamala Harris, she's the original Haktua girl. That's the way she got where she is. And the party's going downhill if it's in her hands.
That was tough.
Oh
that was harsh.
Yeah.
Okay, first of all, he's using the new buzz term right now. DEI.
Yeah, that's more douchey than him saying that she slept her way to the top or to wherever she's currently at.
Well, and it's like apparently anyone of color, anyone of any kind of race, any kind of thing, they're saying the only reason they got there is because they are a DEI hire.
That's kind of stupid ridiculous. Too. I'm not a big fan of hers. But I even think that's kind of stupid too, because she wasn't a DEI hire. That's you can be smarter with your attacks on her. There's legitimate stuff out there that you can use against her in a political not a competition, this political race, mudslinging, whatever they're going to call it.
They need to do the kayaking.
When you start going, they just show up and oh man, that's so dumb.
This is the Paralympics. Olympics.
There's so much legitimate stuff you can go after her with in a debate, in the news, any of that kind of stuff. When you go this level, and it doesn't matter which side, if you go that level,
it just sounds stupid.
You sound juvenile and stupid, and then it lessens any other kind of legit criticism or attack on her position or policies or her work or whatever when you start doing dumb shit like this. So yeah, it's funny for the quick moment that it happened. A lot of people cringed on it. There were a lot of people at Fox and the Republican side that were just like, dude, that was not the shot to take right there. That'll live forever because it's the internet. But yeah, he came off like a douche, and then I guess he doubled down on Twitter saying, that he's not apologizing for it, and he thinks she's even worse than that, and whatever.
Well, I mean, you can say, like, where has she been for the past 4 years? Like, what has she done? What are her policies? Like, she's just been kind of on the periphery. Like, she's just been sitting there defending Biden and, being Biden's, big mouthpiece for all his policies. But you don't hear much from her.
Right.
You can attack that. You can attack her record as a DA in San Francisco. I mean, if you want to go that low, say she's from California. We hate California. God forbid we lose their money, but we hate California. Like, there are 1,000 other things to say. This was a terrible way to do it. This is a bad avenue to take.
Tom from Alberta, for one to successfully sleep one's way to the top, one must be at least slightly desirable. Tom, you're from Canada. You have no right to criticize or say anything that goes on in here. Outside of that, I can see your point.
Not my cup of tea, but yes. The other attacks that they're doing. Go ahead.
Lucy Moody saying the Haktua girl is going to be with us for a long time, isn't she?
Oh, yeah.
No, she's not. Because I should have pulled it. I didn't think about this. There was a clip of her at a country festival today, and she came on. It was Jelly Roll and somebody else was performing. And she came on as the transitional host after they were done to rile up the crowd and then hand it off to the next thing. And she's like, let's give it up for Jelly Roll and whoever like that, right, guys? Woo! She does the girl woo. And somebody's in the crowd there. No response. Nobody cared. They're drinking. They're waiting for the next musical act to start. Country music fans, depending on the country music artist, are not usually as dumb and so excited for anything to happen, like if you went to a pop music festival where they all kind of go crazy for whoever's on the stage. You got to go crazy for that person. Country music fans don't want to talk. They want to listen to whatever music's going to play and that they like. That's what happened here. So seeing that video today, I think it's pretty much done. Now, I'll credit her for cashing in on every opportunity she could for this unfound fame that she wasn't expecting and doing what she can for all of that stuff. Apparently, she got offers for Playboy to pose for, because they're all digital, I guess, now, Playboy. She's got talent managements that handle OnlyFans people that were throwing her like $2 million to sign with them. She turned it all down and just did all her live appearances stuff. And apparently she's really like from a poor family and her grandmother's sick or something. So she just went and did all this shit and has been paying her grandmother's bills.
Who is that artist that you were going to get me tickets to? She just got married. She was in Scottsdale. You said, hey, does your daughter like this person? She does all the internet songs. She's real catchy.
Oh, Jax.
She did something with her. Like they put out a video explaining the term Haktua to her grandmother. And I'm like, okay, so now she's just showing up here. Like she's trying to get as much.
I'll say she took the interesting route compared to where, look, she got made famous for making a blowjob reference joke. Then every, creep and pervert guy on the internet is trying to hit her up. I think I saw a clip of her saying somewhere that somebody was offering her like $100,000 for a picture of her feet. Like you're getting all those weird people, and then you're finding out, Playboy threw some money at her, and then the OnlyFans. This was something else I didn't really know until reading in on this. That a lot of these women, there's so many women that do OnlyFans, right? But they have talent hubs, like an agency that handle just OnlyFans women. So I guess you sign with these agencies, you do what you do on OnlyFans, and then they handle the distribution, the interactions, all of those things like that for a cut of the money that these girls get. But that makes perfect sense. Like that's like any kind of agency, any kind of manager that would do all of that stuff. She didn't go those routes. She started showing up on influencer accounts. Someone like Jax, who's a singer but also very popular on TikTok and Instagram, and she made her money that way. She knew this is going to run out, so she went that route instead of going the easy money and probably making her life a hell of a lot worse.
Well, you got to think that chick that during the Edmonton Oilers Stanley Cup run, that chick that sit there and she pulled her shirt up, tits are all out. She signed with Playboy and put it behind like this expansive ass paywall. I don't think it did anything.
Yeah,
she disappeared the second.
What does that say when you do that and it didn't even leak out? You
haven't seen leaks.
Nothing. Yeah, exactly. Nobody talked about it.
Yeah. So I mean, good on her. Whatever. I care less. I'm tired of all the memes and making everybody Haktua.
Yeah. Well, anyway, that's enough for the Haktua. But the back to Alex Lace with the Fox News clip. Yeah, it didn't fare well. It didn't go over very well. There's there are a lot of walls up to defend Kamala Harris now, where they're all going to be like the fans were for Taylor Swift. Defend her at all costs.
They've already started.
Right?
They've definitely already started that.
So there's going to be all that stuff, and they're going to be turned up and super sensitive to any kind of disparaging remark about her being a female, about her being having black lineage, about her having Southeast or South Asian, South Asian lineage, for her being Indian, not a Native American, but Indian. So there's a lot of barriers up there that are going to be problematic if you try to go at her during this political season. But like I said,
JD Vance already tried doing it, where he put out a statement saying, look, how are you going to trust anybody being a president or being this if you've never had kids?
Yeah.
And I'm like, you're an idiot, dude. Like, and someone responded, yeah, neither did the other 46 presidents. They never had children either. Like, attack their record. Why are you going like this? You've made it a circus. If you want to try to not do that, like, people are coming out against him, basically saying like, he's got no conviction. He flipped and turned just to be in the spotlight. it's just ridiculous. And she's capitalizing on this stuff. Like she's taking things like Trump saying, oh, I guess she's called herself the prosecutor going after the criminal. And then she cuts it off. And she goes, I'm Kamala Harris and I approve this message. It's like, you're making her ads, you idiots. Like, stop it.
I definitely think he was the wrong choice. I don't know the other choices. I definitely think Trump should have went with a conservative female, because that would have taken any of that advantage away from the Democratic side. But it is what it is.
I think they thought they had a lock against Biden so much that he could have picked anybody that he can control and not worry about the middle. He's got his far right. He didn't have the left. The left was leaning more right now because of Biden's age. And now that you've got someone more youthful, even though she's going to be like 60, she's still younger than either one of the candidates would have been. And people are seeing that.
Yeah, I think they're going to just have to shove him to the background and go, you only preach these, when you have to do rallies and stuff, you only talk about these points that the campaign's going to give to him. Yeah, don't go off script. You do that. You stay in the background, because now Kamala's accepted the debate with Trump that was originally scheduled with Joe Biden, but it seems like Trump's okay with it. Like he said, he was going to do it. She's going to do it. But then I'm seeing stuff online, and I don't think it was coming from Trump. I think it was just people trying to stir shit up, saying those were the stipulations for the other person. This is a totally different debate now. So those rules go out the window. It's like, what rules? Like, it was set up for another. I think ABC is running that debate in September.
I think so. Yeah.
So the network's setting up the rules, not the candidates.
Yeah.
It's just people making up dumb shit. While all the Kamala Harris stuff was happening this week, you had everybody on the left coming out of the woodworks to throw their support. Of course, you're going to get Hollywood going crazy. Apparently, she made like $100 million in 2 days or a day, which
she made a lot of money.
That seems a bit shady, but whatever. I saw this clip, and it reminded me of another clip, but Chuck Schumer, do you know who he is?
Yes.
All right. Senior Democrat in the Senate. He is a senior senator from New York State. He's been in office forever. Related to Amy Schumer in some way. I think cousins or something.
Is he really? Wow.
Yeah. So he goes up to speak. It's him and the other senator from New York, which I don't remember his name. I thought it was Cory Booker from New Jersey, but then people were saying that's just racist because he's a bald young black guy, and I was like, yeah, I don't know his name. I'm not from New York anymore, so I didn't pay attention. Anyway, so he's up there speaking. This is a tiny little clip from his speech about how because he's the senior leader in the Senate, that how they're all rallying together in full support for Kamala Harris. Look at this clip and see if it reminds you of anything, all right?
All right.
So now that the process is played out, from the grassroots bottom up, we are here today to throw our support behind Vice President Kamala Harris. I'm clapping. You don't have to.
Oh, my God.
Dead silent.
Oh, that is sad.
Yeah, I gotta play.
It's embarrassing.
Throw our support behind Vice President Kamala Harris. I'm clapping. You don't have to.
Oh, and it's still awkward.
Yeah, and
it's not done being awkward. Keep going.
He's awkward, nervous, laughing.
Oh, he's trying to just push past.
He went like this, like trying to get everybody to, like, that's the oh wow cheer moment, and nobody did. And he's like, oh, I'm clapping. You don't have to. We've seen this before. We've seen this before, and it does not work out well when you try to lead the audience on. If they don't pick up on the cue, you move forward. You don't tell the audience that they're wrong. You don't tell them that they're right. The audience will be the audience. That one, there. All right, there you go, Lucy Moody. That is exactly what I'm talking about. The Jeb Bush, please clap clip.
The next president needs to be a lot quieter, but send a signal that we're prepared to act in the national security interests of this country to get back in the business of creating a more peaceful world. Please clap.
Oh, that is just embarrassing. That is so cringy. Like, every time I see that, it just makes me like red in the face. Like, how do you?
Yeah.
Like, don't build understand that, yes, you can build these moments. It's the same. This is movie related, but remember the last Spider-Man movie came out and you had the portal open up, you had Andrew Garfield come through, and that is your pause for effect moment. That was huge in the movie theater. That does not work when you rewatch it. It just doesn't. It's gone. It's built in though. So it's an awkward, weird moment now that lives on. That you build these moments into your speeches, but if it doesn't happen, learn to transition into your next talking point.
Yeah.
And they don't know how to do that. They're so robotic with their stump speeches and how they do stuff. He was not prepared for that not to pop.
No.
Schumer.
Let's watch Schumer one more time.
To throw our support behind Vice President Kamala Harris. I'm clapping. You don't have to.
So awkward. Who is he talking to? Is he talking to
he's having a press conference.
They're not going to clap for that then.
No, the press is objective. Well, even besides being objective, they know not to say a fucking thing because their mics and their cameras are on. They need to catch everything. So they're never going to say a word until it's absolutely done. Unless it's a press conference where, at the end of a sporting event where they're supposed to be throwing out questions, then they'll do that. Or if they're waiting for the end of a speech and I'll take questions after that. Or even when the president finishes speaking and doesn't take questions. Mr. President, what do you think about what's going on in Israel? That's when they do it. But while the whole time the president's speaking, they're not chiming in. They know better. They need to get the audio. They need to get the visual. They need to get everything perfect so that they can run it on the news and do whatever they need to do with that. You're right. That's not the audience. And also, for as much as politics this year, maybe the last 2 elections, has been absorbing stuff from wrestling, they still don't know how to cut a promo. Trump does. Trump has been around it enough, whether you like him or not. He knows how to cut a promo. He knows how to rally up the crowd, and he would be just like a wrestler or like Vince McMahon or somebody out there. He knows the things to say and hit the emphasis to lean back. The crowd is going to cheer at this point. What's going to happen? Trump knows how to do that. I don't know how all these other people... Do they still not take wrestling seriously? I mean, I'm not saying you have to... It's not a real sport, any of that shit. But from performance... They're flawless going out there. They know how to speak. They know how to move merch. They know how to get the crowd on your side. They know how to turn a crowd against somebody else. And they don't learn from that.
Schumer's little thing right there should have been something done at the DNC, not in front of the press pool. Because if you want that clap and that pop, you want everybody to cheer.
If you were at a rally, if you were in front of delegates, something like that, they would have done that.
Someone on your side would have clapped for that. You can't do that in front of the press pool. For you to sit there and, yay, we did it. You're patting yourself on the back. You're looking like an idiot. And he didn't know how to transition out of it, and it became awkward for him. And now it's a soundbite, and it's not a good one.
Yeah, and it's going in our soundboard here because I'm going
forever.
To when one of us bombs, that's going to go, I'm clapping. You don't have to clap. That's just going to be in there for the whole thing here. Big Red Tower. Yeah, wrestlers, the ultimate performers. They are.
Of course.
They're better than most actors when it comes to doing this because you can't see. You could wrestle, but you can't put on the whole theatrics along with it like wrestlers can. And politics is borrowing so much from the world of wrestling. Everyone's borrowing so much from the world of wrestling and drama and storytelling, whatever. But they're not picking up the big things.
There was even that meme I sent you and Rob where it's right after they did all this stuff and Biden said he's out. They're saying Kamala's in. It was the Bernie Sanders cashing in the money in the bank thing, running toward the state, like he's gonna try to take over. I'm like,
he was like crossing the street or something, so that's why it looked like he was hurrying a little bit. And they got a still frame of that, and they just put the money in the bank briefcase in him.
Yeah,
like
coming back in.
Biden's down, Bernie's cashing in. That would be fantastic.
Bernie comes in cashing in. I'm taking it over.
Well, politics could introduce the money in the bank.
Oh yeah,
kind of thing where if they can have.
I'm here for your support.
The vote of no, not the vote of incompetence.
Vote of no confidence?
Vote of no confidence.
Yeah.
Where if it's after a really poor showing at a debate, or they fucked up a press conference or a historical opportunity for a speech, whoever had that could cash in to their party and go, we've seen so much of this here. I'm invoking my vote of no confidence. Right now, they get everybody on there to vote immediately. There's no debating. There's no fact-finding. There's no research. There's no anything. We're calling the vote right now. We'll call every senator. Doesn't matter what time it is, if they're sleeping, if they're out with their kids, whatever. You have to vote right this second. They all vote no. You're now the president of the United States.
There you go.
I'm for it. We should do that.
So fun.
Let's do that.
So in this show, we have already changed up how the Olympics should be run with some of its events, and we're changing the world with how we get the new president in there, or senator, or whoever. It's whoever's got that briefcase.
If you're going to take from wrestling, you got to take the good parts. You can't just try to showboat and think, I'll be like Hulk Hogan. No, we saw Hulk Hogan at the RNC, and he killed it. Again, doesn't matter if you like the politics. As a performance-wise, he killed it with that crowd.
He fired it up.
Yeah.
I mean, again, that's not my party. That's not my side. But man, that was a promo.
It was.
and I want to get one of his shirts. I don't want to support it, but man, the shirts are great.
Well, I think, was it Tim Dillon? Wasn't he said that politicians don't have good merch?
Apparently, Trump has it.
I think it was
Trump-a-mania.
Yeah.
I'm like, fucking goddamn it.
You know what? I got to get back into. I'm so far behind. I would love to hear Tim's point of view after the RNC, because Tim's insane, but he's hilarious. So I would love to. I got to go back and check all of that. Let's move on to something fun, and then we got to get to segment 2. We have a shorter segment 2 this week, so that's why we're loading it up in segment 1 for fun stuff here for you. Do you know what Slingbox is?
The last thing I remember, Slingbox was some kind of like streaming service that you can get. Yeah, like cable TV without the like cutting the wires, cutting the cords kind of situation. Do they still have that?
Well, yeah, apparently it's still a thing. I knew about it like 15 years ago, I guess.
Yeah, they were loading it in like PlayStation 3s. You could be able to get Sling.
But I heard about it from kids who were going to college would hook up the Slingbox off their parents' cable box. And then they could access it at school and still watch their DVR and all their cable stuff from home and not pay for it. It's just an online streaming thing. Then online streaming became a big thing. And, you know, when we were doing the show a couple weeks ago with the RNC, I was logged into Peacock and NBC News, and they're streaming their channels right there. That's how you can pull them up now. Fox News, CNN, MSNBC, you can go and catch their live broadcasts at any time off their website. A lot of places have that stuff. So what is Jared saying here? Slingbox was a box for your cable to web stream it. Sling TV is different. Oh, okay. All right. Well, Sling TV, I didn't know it was a thing still. Saw an ad for it the other day. And I thought the ad was, from an advertising perspective, was very fun and very good. We always talk about the old days of like beer commercials, how creative and clever they were, and a lot of fun too. You know, they weren't super serious; they were just ridiculous. They had weird mascots. Fast food, the same way, had weird storylines, weird characters based on the franchise, tied it into kids and whatever. There was a lot of fun in advertising. Then everything got very watered down. Very plastic looking, very shiny and generic music. Even though you had artists like the Target ads are very bland, especially their Christmas stuff when they would start getting low-level rappers to do music for these ads, because I guess it's cheap to get the permission to use their songs. But there's nothing exciting about them. There's nothing fun, nothing memorable. Even Super Bowl commercials, which was the pinnacle of advertising houses to come out and show us what you got this year. They'll put everything out there for the world to see, and you'd have fantastic car commercials, beer commercials, whatever. And even they have scaled down a lot. And I miss the beer commercials. Like
I do too.
Head for the mountains of Bush. Head for the mountains of Bush.
They were just cowboys sitting at a saloon.
Yeah.
You know, and you just see them on horses. There's like the dusty trail, but the mountains with the white caps in the background. And you're like, it's like,
it's American.
It's American. It's creative. It's very visually appeasing. Anyway, Sling TV comes on, and I see this ad. Let's take a look. And I was amazed that people are still taking chances at creative and somewhat border-pushing advertisements.
You know Sling has your favorite news programs for just $40 a month?
My favorite news for just $40 a month?
My favorite news for just $40 a month?
What?
$40 a month? My favorite news for just $40 a month?
The guy in the background.
$40?
Get your favorite news for $40 a month. Sling lets you do that.
Was that Jim Jester that walked by as the mailman?
I was gonna say it looked like Jim. I mean, that's kind of funny.
It is funny. And I was sitting back and I go, you don't see stuff like that anymore. It's something that catches your eye and is entertaining. Like the insurance companies like Limu, Emu, and Doug, they try too hard. At first they were kind of good, but then they're like, now they're just annoying. But watching this thing here and everything's just spitting like, oh my God, like the same spit take over and over.
Yeah, but it's like random, like the lady's like, and then in the background you see the guy in the distance.
Yeah,
it's just everybody's doing it.
It was very creative, and we got to do. We keep talking about we got to set something up where we do the special, going through old commercials and stuff that we don't see anymore, and where they really used to put their best foot forward. I think a lot of the times now is they're so afraid to offend anybody. Which is why the black guy owned the house and the guy that looked like David Tell was the one stealing from his house, you know?
Yeah, because you can't have a black.
Not saying the roles should be reversed, but if you did it nowadays, they were like, that's stereotypical. That's racism. Well, why is it stereotypical? That means it happens a lot. So, like, pick your arguments here. Anyway, so I saw that and I was like, oh, that's funny. So I went to go look for the ad so we could play it. Then I saw a couple years ago, they had a whole ad campaign with Nick Offerman. You know who he is?
Yeah.
All right. He was Ron Swanson from Parks and Rec.
See, I was going to reduce it down. He's Megan Mullally's husband.
He's also Megan Mullally's husband. And Megan Mullally is also in these ads.
Yeah.
So I found they did a whole campaign where they're slingers.
Oh, no.
You don't need any special training to start slinging.
But you do need to limber up.
Breathe, Daddy. Yeah, there you go. Breathe. Look at me. No crying.
Everyone's in the room.
Hey, guys, the game's about to start.
You can pull a hammy slinging if you don't warm up. One last push. Oh, did you hear that? Yeah, you're good to go, buddy. All right, who's next?
We were slinging until well past midnight.
Until my quad seized up. We're always scouting for new slingers.
I have an eye for talent. Wondering how Mommy and Daddy
please tell me she falls off the back of the couch. It would have been funny.
You heard that right, boss. We sling.
Hey, kids. Want to sling with us?
The freedom is exhilarating.
Woo!
Nick, Megan.
Oh, hey, Greg.
We talked about this, right?
I remember.
Okay, thank you.
Methinks the maitre d' doth protest too much. Folks, we got a big couch that will fit all four of us.
We could beanbag it if that's more your jazz.
Sorry, guys.
They ended up coming over for some pretty intense slinging.
They always do. Before we...
Like, this is...
It's going
for a while, this would have been very tame. Like, if this was in the 90s, 2000s, this would have been kind of tame. But because they don't do shit like this anymore, it's now risque again.
Right.
But it's hilarious. And this particular part of the ad campaign here, if you don't know Nick Offerman, he has his own wood factory, I guess you'd call it, where he makes furniture and decor and all this kind of stuff, woodworking with their hands.
He's literally a more liberal version of his character, Ron Swanson. Like, he does the woodworking. He does I think he does ads for Lagavulin, scotch and whiskey and all this stuff. And like, so he is that character. He's just not so Republican as the character is.
I saw him doing some, I don't know if it was like a tool commercial or if it was for like some kind of tool company or something like a Home Depot or a Lowe's or something. He was doing ads, and used to see him on not Travel Channel. The channel that shows all like the home makeovers and flipping houses and all that. Magnolia or something. It's the Discovery thing.
Yeah.
On there, and he's really big into making things with wood in his hands.
Mm-hmm.
Isolate that. I was like, are they ever going to work
Wood
this?
in your pocket, Jordan?
Are they ever going to work this into the ad here?
We get down to slinging, we like to set the mood.
Dim the lights, put on some musk, light a candle.
And take a circ saw to our old equipment.
And let's leave the shades open so the neighbors can see right in.
Let them watch. Nothing brings the neighborhood together quite like slinging.
Ha-ha! Lizard! K-Rod! Yeah. Hi, I'm Liz.
We met Liz and Kevin at Pilates.
So when does the action start?
Oh, we are already knee-deep in, baby.
Get up on some boneless chicken wings.
So we're not gonna...
Now I cut out the parts where it gets into the actual advertisement part with
funny.
the specs, the codes for calling and ordering and discounts and things like that. So I cut all those things out of there. But that's how that ad is like. So we're not gonna. And it sounded like he was gonna say fuck.
Right.
And then it cuts into the blue screen where it's like order Slingbox now at Best Buy and all that kind of shit.
That's super funny.
But I went back and I'm just happy to see that there's still advertising agencies that are willing to take chances on being memorable and being fun.
So I put a link in our private chat. This particular commercial is still one of my favorite commercials, and it's a Kmart commercial. And it's one of those ones that just sticks out to me.
Right.
And it's kind of along the same lines where it's edgy, especially for Kmart. But it's such a funny, like, you just have to watch. I don't know if you've seen this one before, but yeah, play this one real quick.
It doesn't look familiar, but we will try it.
Oh, it's so funny.
Here.
Ship my pants. Right here? Ship my pants, you're kidding. You can ship your pants right here. You hear that? I can ship my pants for free.
Wow, I just may ship my pants.
Yeah, ship your pants. Billy, you can ship your pants too.
I can't wait to ship my pants, Dad.
I just shipped my pants, and it's very convenient.
Very convenient.
I just shipped my drawers.
I just shipped my nightie.
I just shipped my bed. You can't find what you're looking for in store.
It's one of my favorite commercials.
Right now.
It's like 10 years old.
For free.
I always go, I just shipped my bed. Like all the time. It's the greatest fucking Kmart commercial I've ever seen in my life.
All right,
and
I'm going to have to pull that drip.
It's so funny.
That drop. He sounded like he was doing Cosby.
I just shipped my bed. I just sit my pants right here.
Right.
It's so convenient.
I'm gonna write
my
that
favorite
down.
commercial ever. It's so funny and dumb. I'll just ship my pants. Yeah. Hey, Billy, you can ship your pants too.
I want to ship my pants. It's so much fun and convenient. Beth Clark knows it. She goes, yes, that one was the best. I have never seen that one before.
Oh my God, it's one of my favorites.
Let's start compiling and do the commercial show.
Do a commercial show.
And yeah, we'll do all that stuff. We'll get all beer commercials, restaurant commercials, fast food
taste
commercials.
Great, less filling. We'll do all those ones.
I told you I have that DVD. I got to go pull it of all those ads from like the Madison Avenue era.
Yeah.
Of the 60s into the 70s and stuff like that. We'll put all that together and just do a commercial show. Commercial-free commercial show.
Oh, that would be fantastic.
That'll be the name of it. Well done. Well done. All right, we should take a break.
Let's take a break.
Do we care about Picklesburgh?
Is it topical or is it can be safe?
It's going on right now. It's probably ending.
All right, let's do pickle.
So this was
segment 2 is so very light. We won't take a lot of time. So
okay.
Yeah,
so Pittsburgh apparently is a city on the grow, where they've been remodeling, refurbishing, reinventing the entire city. I've been told that the ballpark for the Pittsburgh Pirates is probably the best ballpark modern day in Major League Baseball. It's very well known for being a big brewery area, craft beers, things along those lines, even wines. And so much rejuvenation going into the Steel City after so many years of being almost destitute because of the steel industry drying up and what they call the Rust Belt. So they've been doing something now. I think this is the second or third year, maybe. They're calling it Picklesburgh. And they change a big section of the city into everything you can think of involving pickles. Take a look at this.
Hello, I got places to be.
I don't want to do the music, but
I mean, I'm not against this.
No, right? Apparently Heinz sponsors the thing. They got a big
So they do this every year?
Apparently this is something that they started doing a few years back.
Okay.
And people are waiting online to go look at this. Bloody Mary pickles, peach maple bourbon smash pickles,
roasted garlic.
Oh yeah, that thing turned real quick. Let's see what it's there. Iron City roasted garlic.
Bloody Mary.
Can't see the other ones here. These are pickled fudge.
Oh, that sounds like weird, and I would try it.
Spicy pickle, pickleback fudge. I don't know what this one is here.
Pickle.
Oh, this one says pickle payday. It's the payday candy bar with pickle stuff in it.
Aaron is in the chat. Aaron, we're going to this next year, right? Like,
Look
we're
at
going to do this.
Melted grilled cheese with different style pickles in them.
I think we need to do a tour of Pennsylvania where you listen to the show that we did the other day.
Pickle hot sauce.
I want to go to the drive-in theater that's out there and then go to the opposite corner and go to Picklesburgh.
All right, here's the problem. It takes like 6 to 8 hours to drive across Pennsylvania.
Yeah, we'll make some stops.
It's a long rectangular state.
Our friend Beth's in the area.
The movie theater is closer to the Lancaster,
I know.
Lehigh, Allentown area, which is about an hour away from Philly. So it's right there in the northeast part of Pennsylvania.
You don't understand how much everything is spread out in Arizona. We're used to driving. We'll be fine.
Right. Pittsburgh's on the other end.
No, I know. It's like in the
nearing
bottom
Ohio and Kentucky. Okay. It might as all be the same state in that particular part of the country.
We'll start in that corner. We'll make our way over. We'll see our drive-in theater, and then we'll go up to Scranton, and we'll say, hey, it's the office tour. We'll make a whole thing of it.
Jared the Geek saying, we used to have the Gilroy Garlic Festival. Garlic ice cream, garlic everything. That sounds amazing, too.
Wait, so did they not do that anymore? Because that's in Gilroy, California. I know exactly what the festival is. Did they stop doing it?
His boy, Gilroy.
It was huge. To the point where when you go, everything smells like garlic. It's amazing.
And no vampires. It's a very safe place to raise a family.
Not like Santa Carla.
No, where it's all vampires. Beth Clark saying, I'll work on that PA itinerary. Look,
yeah,
I might go meet you for going to the movie theater, the drive-in movie theater.
Yeah.
We can go over to Lancaster where we can go to Shady Maple.
I'm in.
Which is the largest smorgasbord you're ever going to find. It is fantastic. Plus, below the restaurant, it's a gigantic restaurant. It's actually a complex. So you have the restaurant building.
It was like a restaurant on top of a restaurant. I was like, okay, I'm in.
Well, it's a giant restaurant.
Okay.
Then below it is a giant store with lots of crafts, Christmas stuff, religious stuff, because Lancaster's a big, Christian area. Then on the other side of the parking lot is a hybrid supermarket Amish market. So it's like the Amish work at this supermarket or the Mennonites work at that supermarket there. So you can go and you buy stuff like Coca-Cola product stuff, that supermarket.
I've seen this.
But then you can go like the meats, the bakery, the desserts are all Amish made and Amish farmed, vegetables.
I don't know why I never put two together. I know exactly which one you're talking about.
Yeah.
Because it's this giant, because you can go like, oh, I'm going to go get Christmas ornaments carved by Amish people and they're selling their wares.
Right.
Oh, I'm all in.
So, yeah, we'll go over there. We'll go and have a fun time at Shady Maple in Lancaster. Great stuff all over that place. We can go to the movie theater. Then I will bid you adieu, and you guys can start heading west. And you can go to Picklesburgh.
Okay.
And you can pick up a shirt or something for me and send me photos of you all having a good time.
At the Pickle Festival.
Sounds amazing.
Yeah, that's going to have to be a 2025 tour to Pennsylvania.
The Gilroy Garlic Festival shut down. There was a mass shooting at the Gilroy Festival. They can't get insured now.
Yeah, he was also saying that they stopped right with the pandemic. So that killed a lot of dumb stuff.
Stupid shootings. They ruin everyone's good time for anything. Beth Clark saying, don't forget Hershey's Chocolate World. Yes, you can go to Hershey's plant, and then don't stay away from Hershey's Park, but Hershey's plant should be good. Who else is out there? Hershey's. I think M&M Mars is out there too.
Probably.
And then you can go over to Hanover. Go to Snyder's.
Oh, go to Snyder's.
And the Utz Factory.
Oh my God, I gotta write this stuff down because Aaron would definitely be down for these kinds of things.
Yeah,
just going on just a tour of eating.
Right.
Go see a movie at a drive-in theater. Damn,
fantastic.
I feel like some good work has been done this show today.
It has been. Progress has been made. Not politically, but as far as advancing food culture.
Politically, we know how to do the politics, and we also know how to do the Olympics, and now we know how to plan a trip.
Fair enough.
Good
All right,
day.
we're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll go into segment 2. We'll tell you about television, movie, streaming updates, all the good stuff, so that you don't have to waste your time with it. We'll be right back.
More It's Eric Nagel. It's Eric Nagel. Next. It's Eric Nagel. Follow the show on all social medias at It's Eric Nagel for ways to watch or listen to the show, both live and on demand. Go to itsericnagel.com.
Hey, it's Karen Gillan here, and you are listening to It's Eric Nagel.
Segment 2 of the show. Eric Jordan here with you to go over television, movie, streaming stuff, all of that nonsense, so you can figure out if it's going to be worth your time or not. We start off, as always, Jordan, what have you been watching this week?
The big thing I did is I went out and saw Twisters, the sequel to Twister.
Right.
Very fun name. I didn't hate it. I had fun with it. It's a disaster movie. It's ridiculous. People are getting away from tornadoes that are pulling cars and houses out of their foundations, but these 95-pound British women are running around like no big deal. It's stupid. It's fun, though. Like, it's really fun. I had a terrible experience at Twisters, and I kind of filled you in on that. I went to a 10 o'clock showing. Nice late showing. I looked up. Everybody was no one picked seats yet. I was like, this is perfect. So we got to the theater, had to pick our seats, started filling up a little bit. I sat down, Aaron sat down, I had my brother with me. All of a sudden 5 or 6 girls started getting behind us in the back row. I'm like, oh great, this is not going to be good. We're sitting by 20-year-old girls. Then some girls sat kind of in front of us, and then 2 more girls sat in front of them. They started making noise during the trailer, talking, tittering away. No big deal. Whatever. Let it go. It's the trailers. And then the movie started. Not too bad at first. No big deal.
Right.
It's just a disaster movie. And then Glenn Powell comes on screen. And this is 20 minutes into the movie. He comes on, and it was like a concert. They were cheering. They were clapping. They were going crazy. One girl I thought was having a seizure. She was grabbing the seat in front of her and shaking it. They were all into it. Of course, I hate it. So I said, shut up. and I'm yelling out, knock it off. Shut up. And then 5 minutes pass. One girl pulls out her phone and starts recording the movie.
But you told us this story.
I told you guys after I saw the movie. I got on Discord and you and Rob were talking, so I told you about it, and then we talked about it on our show this past week, so you probably heard me tell it there. But yeah, so she started recording the movie. I was going to say, if you can pull it from Discord, I have the...
I have it. I'm loading it into my system here. Hold on.
Well, yeah, so... We're like just pissed off, yelling. So I pull out my phone real quick. I snap a picture of this girl recording the movie, and I go, hold on, I'll be right back. Aaron's kind of laughing it off next to me. I walk out, beeline to the manager, and start just going in. Like, I'm not like yelling at the manager, but I'm like, look, you got to deal with this. Like, they are cheering, they're yelling, they're treating this like some outdoor concert venue. This is a movie. Stop it.
Right.
Like, it's fine to clap at something that's crazy. You have those moments. They're treating it like something different. So I take that picture and I show her. I was like, this chick is literally filming your movie. She's got her phone out. Someone's got to deal with this. I'm annoyed. Apparently, I find out secondhand that this continued after I'd went down there to go talk to her, and they're yelling, knock it off, shut the fuck up, telling these girls to just chill out. So I come back, sit down. About a minute later, the manager comes in, goes up the one side of the theater, checks everybody, goes down up to our side of the theater, and stands right next to where the girls are doing this stuff. She must have been standing there for about 5 minutes, just kind of like giving the I know what you're doing, please stop kind of bit.
Right.
Not really addressing it to anybody, just standing there like we're watching you. Apparently they still pull out their phone and still start recording. Like, yeah, this chick was sitting there recording the movie. I just couldn't believe it. I'm like, you gotta stop. Like, this is dumb. But yeah, this happened the second Glenn Powell came on screen. It was dumb. I was annoyed, very, very annoyed.
Yeah.
However, the movie's fun. I liked it.
And they got kicked out.
No, they didn't. She sat there, watched him. They took out their phone again real quick, put it away. After that, they weren't as loud. Like every now and then they would kind of you can hear kind of chattering a little bit, but they weren't yelling and screaming. They had knocked it off, but I couldn't believe the response that happened, and it was just ridiculous. And I'm just like, I champion, and I've said this before, I champion for movies. Yeah, that's what happened. I champion for movie theaters. I want them to survive. I love the experience. It's fun. It's always nice to happen. But when things like this happen, I just want to burn it all down. I want to just sit in my house at this point and just watch my big screen and not deal with it anymore because it's ridiculous.
Big Red Tower in the chat saying, she was recording it vertical.
Idiot.
Stupid.
But I like the movie. It's a solid sequel. It's just cheesy.
Right.
But I saw that. I watched the first episode of season 6 Cobra Kai. I feel like they're running out of steam. I think they know it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still going to watch all of them. I'm still going to watch all the 5 different parts they're putting it out in.
Right.
But it's okay. I watched the first episode of Kite Man. Also kind of, it doesn't have the same awesomeness.
Going back to Twisters there. The other Aaron saying, but when we had to tell the first Aaron to shut up when Glenn Powell walked out in the rain in a white t-shirt.
Oh, that guy, there was no reason for that scene. He just walks out in a bright white plain Hanes t-shirt.
There was totally a reason for that. I was for eye candy for the women, because if they're going to have to sit there and go with their husbands and boyfriends to see a tornado action movie, they got to throw in some lust stuff for the women.
Very lusty.
Yeah.
Kite Man is funny, but not like as funny as Harley Quinn. Like there's just something a little off about it. It's okay. And then I watched A Quiet Place Day 1, which I believe is now streaming on video on demand. I watched that one. It's the prequel to Quiet Place and A Quiet Place Part 2. It's okay. It's just there. It doesn't need to be there, but it's there, and it's predictable, and you know what's going to happen before it ends. If I would have been and saw it at the theater, I probably would have been more upset about the movie. But
let me guess, anyway. They had to be quiet or else the monsters.
Right?
Yeah.
She's walking around with a cat. His name is Frodo.
I've been trying to catch up on the Boys on Amazon.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, that ended this season.
I think I'm on episode 5. It's the one where they brought in I can never remember his name. The guy from Los Polos Hermanos.
Oh, yeah. He's like the director of Vought, though. He's been in the show.
Yeah, before. But I couldn't remember. They got him out of jail.
Oh, okay.
And they went to the farm, E-I-E-I-O. And on that farm, there were V'd-up sheep eating everything.
Right.
So that's where I'm at right now.
Okay.
They just got off the farm, and that's where I had to stop it. I don't think I've been watching anything else other than this is not really good for recommendations for people, but watching Stuttering John have another meltdown as I've toggled between the Uncle Rico show and Tuki's Soup show, and just watching John continued to spiral, and he just got served papers.
Did he finally got served?
He got served because somebody found it. He was denying it, and somebody found it on state record because it's public information.
Right.
So now he is facing a $12.5 million lawsuit.
I did see some of the videos Cardiff posted where he was talking about his his son, previous daughter that transitioned, and he's like, "Yeah, my son, who's a boy."
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, shit, John. Like,
he was talking to some. You know who he's talking to? It's that video clip where he's talking to like a guy and a girl.
It was like a couple. Yeah.
That's Pat Cooper's son.
I'm serious. Wow.
Like, and everybody else said, it's like, who knew Pat Cooper's son was still alive? But yeah, Pat Cooper, legendary comedian. You've seen him in. He wasn't in Godfather. He was in Goodfellas, I think, in Casino. Known him mostly from his appearances on the Howard Stern Show, and then later on Opie and Anthony. He was talking to Pat Cooper's son, and he's just like, "Yeah, my oldest son, who was a girl,
chip
but
off
now,
the old block. He's so smart."
And then my daughter, and now my youngest son, who's a boy. You don't need to qualify that if you're super supportive of your family and their transitions and everything else they're doing. You don't need to qualify it each time. Like if somebody doesn't understand, you may have to explain to people because people still aren't either tolerant or understanding of it. But you don't, as the parent, need to qualify that at all. And doing that is weird and probably makes you an even shittier parent.
It's almost like
which he already is.
Well, it was like, you're so against something until it comes into your life, and now you're overcompensating. It's like, oh, I'm not racist, and this is why.
Yeah, then it becomes performance. You know, like, look how great and look how understanding I am, and it's like that's almost as bad. I mean, it's not as bad as the hateful stuff, but it's almost as bad. Looking like you're too dumb to give a shit about what's going on here. Anyway, he was saying like, yeah, they all like. Did he say they all like? Did he say they all like pussy or they all like girl? No, they all like women or something.
Oh yeah,
just like
so
just like their dad. Man. We all like women, and like, oh,
so cringy. It was like such a I watched like twice just to see if that's what he really said, and
just a garbage person and an even worse parent. But anyway, I've been I'd see alerts while I was doing other stuff at night. And I'd say, boom, Uncle Rico's live, boom, Tuki's live, boom, Cardiff's live. I'm like, all right, this is what I'm watching. And they go like 3 hours, so it takes up a lot of your time.
I was going to say, you did about 3 hours the other day on Garrett's and Garrett and Steve.
Oh, yeah,
show, right?
I should have promoted that. I forgot about that. This week I did a couple of other shows. I was on Garrett and Steve. I used to work with them at the other place, and they're doing their own venture now. They were nice enough to have me on. Yeah, we did about 3 hours on their show.
It was long. Like I said, I started watching. I did about an hour, and then I was cooking dinner. I turned off my phone for a bit, and then I got back on because I didn't know it was still live. And you were still going. You like half of the show was you guys doing your thing, and then the other half you guys were like answering a bunch of super chats, and it just kept going. I'm like, good for you guys.
So yeah, did there. Go over and support them. Look up Garrett with 2 T's, 2 R's, 2 T's. Garrett and Steve on YouTube. Subscribe to them. It's free, and then they have a Patreon thing which helps them out. You can, if you like their show, please go over and double down on the Patreon stuff. I also have we did a simulcast stream, so it's available on our channel as well. So you can go through our archives and you can see the live stream on our end as well. And then Jordan and I did the Bladcast with our pal Christian, and we were breaking down the Acolyte from Star Wars, what we thought about it and what have you, and that was about 2 hours, and that's available.
Hour 45, something like that. Yeah,
that's available on our channel too. So if you go into our video section, you'll see the thumbnail for it, and go and enjoy that. We broke it all down, and you could say that I mentioned wrestling too much, but I see it in everything now.
Yeah,
everything's wrestling.
Apparently, it was like Kate got a huge pop with that
because she didn't think about it. One of the other guests on the show, this girl Kate, didn't think about it. But as soon as I brought it up, and she's like, "Yes, it is. It's like that." Because Star Wars, the Acolyte turned into wrestling. Politics is turning to everything's becoming wrestling. So
wrestling.
So we did some shows. Jordan and I were on that one. So go check that out. So we did some shows. I've been watching Stuttering John stuff, and I've been trying to catch up on The Boys, and going to see Deadpool and Wolverine tomorrow. And we'll let you know next week how that all goes. What's out right now for you to enjoy? Well, we mentioned Deadpool and Wolverine. It's in theaters now. The Olympics in Paris, once again, here in the United States on NBC and on Peacock streaming starting at 1:30 p.m. Eastern Time, 10:30 a.m. West Coast time, live at 7:30 Paris time. So this will be interesting to watch it in the mid. It's all midday
the opening
programming.
ceremonies. That's going to be so weird watching that at 10:30 in the morning tomorrow.
Yeah, it is. Hey, it's nighttime. What? Yeah, there
Time
it is.
zones.
So that'll be there. Over on Hulu, starting, I think now.
I think it's Monday.
Monday.
I think I think it starts Monday. Let me see.
For Futurama?
Yeah.
I thought it was Friday.
Futurama, new season.
Or did it already start?
Nope.
It was the
Premieres
22nd.
Monday.
Oh, it's
Nope.
next Monday.
29th.
Oh, well, excuse me then. Next Monday on Hulu, season 12 of Futurama starts. You can go see that. Like we said, Kite Man is available on HBO Max. Suicide Squad. How is this?
I think it's Isekai or
Isekai?
Iseki? Yeah,
It's a
weird
DC
that-
Japanese anime version of the Suicide Squad. Is it in
yeah.
English or is it all Japanese?
I haven't checked it out. I don't know.
All right,
I
that's
saw it on there. I was
available.
like, oh, that's right.
And out on demand, Bad Boys Ride or Die, which I guess got some critic acclaim, and some
made
people
some
did
money.
like it, but it did not last long in the theaters. So
No, nothing does
it was
anymore.
in and out. Well, that's not entirely true because we're going to talk about Inside Out 2.
Right.
Still killing it. And now, it wasn't number one again this week because that Twisters took the place of number one in the box office, but I think it was like 2, maybe 3.
Still going strong.
2. It's been out for several weeks now. Inside Out 2 has now surpassed Frozen 2 to become the highest grossing animated movie of all time. So it came out, look at how it came out June 10th.
Mm-hmm.
We're going into August. And it's still in the movie theaters. So there are things that have longevity and that have legs if you give it enough time. So yeah, it came out on June 10th. The Disney Pixar animation Inside Out 2 has now generated global box office receipts of $1.46 billion, making it the most highest gross animated movie of all time. Number 2, Frozen, also owned by 6 of the 10, or at least the 9 that I have here. I forgot to put the 10th one on, so I forgot what it is. But 6 out of the 9 are all Disney. Number 2 is Frozen 2. Number 3, Super Mario Brothers, which is Universal and Illumination. They make Despicable Me, Minions, that fun stuff. Frozen, Incredibles 2, Minions, Toy Story 4, Despicable Me 3, and then Finding Dory. When your 9th positioned movie is at $1 billion, that is a strong top 10 list.
That is, yeah.
Yeah. So, if you want to, go out and see that. Oh, I have something to show you here. Okay. We have some news. I'm not going to tell you. I'm just going to let you watch this. All right? Here we go.
Okay, it's been 25 years since I've done this. Let's see what happens.
Oh, man.
I'm scared.
That's so cool.
Shooter McGavin, this is for you.
Shooter McGavin.
And I'm not lying to you, that is smashed. Smashed. And that went pretty well. You dead, Shooter.
Oh,
Now,
that doesn't get you excited. I don't know what does.
Let me tell you where this was promoted. It says it has Adam Sandler's Twitter handle on there. This was promoted on the PGA accounts.
Oh, wow.
So the PGA Tour's social media had this video promoting that Happy Gilmore 2 is closer than ever.
Oh, it's so fun.
And how great is that to not put it on his stuff entirely or not leak it out, but like send it out to all the media so that like whoever the movie company is in charge of distribution, all that, they put it all on their sites, all their social media stuff. It's like, let's give it to the PGA and let them promote this for us. And people went crazy that he could still run up and hit the ball like that. So
You dead, Shooter.
It's going to be so fun to see this.
I hope it's fun. I hope it's good.
So Happy Gilmore 2 is in the works. We just don't have a release information on it yet. But that was great to see that kind of viral marketing, if you will.
Now, he's already done with his deal with Netflix, so we don't know if this is going to go to Netflix immediately, or is this going to be a theater release?
He did what? He had an 8-picture deal with.
Yeah, he did a bunch
with Netflix, and they all did well, whether you liked them or not. They all did great for Netflix.
Some of them were good, some of them were.
So his deal's done, and he's working on this. Like, I don't know who had the rights to the original movie. What movie house had that? But I know it was a Happy Madison production, so he's got a lot of control over it. Maybe they threw a ton of money at him for Netflix, or maybe this is going in the theaters. I think it should go in the theaters.
I think so too.
It'd be wasting it on a streaming platform.
Even if he does a thing like with Kevin Smith, where he does these little roadshow type situations, where maybe you don't do like a huge release, or you do them, like a Fathom event or something like that, and go see Happy Gilmore 2. You can make your money, and then
the thing is, it's Adam Sandler. Like, I mean, I love the model of what Kevin does, but Adam Sandler is so big.
Yeah,
that they couldn't just waste their time with that. They'd have to put in the movie theaters.
Maybe
to do it full. They'd give full promotion, full everything behind it. Whether that helps or not is another thing. I mean, he could go around and do a little promotional tour, play a couple songs, Q&A.
Yeah,
the movie. Who knows?
I know when the first one came out, they promoted it by giving you, like, I went to a hockey game. This is before the Coyotes even came here. It was our AHL team, and they had Happy Gilmore heads, like his face on these sticks, like, like those like fans that you get like in the Southern Baptist Church, and it was like everyone in the stands was holding up Adam Sandler's head in the middle of a hockey game to promote Happy Gilmore. It was awesome, and it got put out by Universal, so I don't know, we might get a theater release.
So we'll see what just that video alone makes you excited. I'm
so excited. That was fun.
Moving on, imagine this time around it's not Subways that buys in, it's Jersey Mike's. Moving on, Zack Snyder, the director that just won't go away, has announced that because Rebel Moon, both parts of Rebel Moon are out, right?
Yeah, he put them both out. Like he spread them out. I think one came out, and then like 3 months later, like in April,
and no one cared.
No one cared.
No one cared.
The first part bombed so bad, no one cared. He didn't promote the second half.
Yeah,
it just came and went.
So
they're still out there.
He's promoting now because he's a bit of a narcissist, I would say, or, a huge ego, that Rebel Moon is going to have director's cuts versions come out. Part 1 is going to be 3.5 hours, and part 2 is going to be about 3 hours. And this is coming out when?
First week of August.
For both parts?
Yeah, I think they're releasing them at the same time.
On HBO Max?
No, these are Netflix.
Oh, they're on. So it's coming out. So you'll have the regular theatrical cuts and the director's version on there.
Mm-hmm.
Let me ask you this. More times than not, the theatrical version seems to be better than the director's cut version.
In some cases,
right.
Yes. Like there are movies like...
well, this is my other question. Can you tell me where director's cut, from your knowledge, director's cuts were better than the theatrical version?
Kingdom of Heaven. There was a Ridley Scott movie.
Okay.
Very good director's cut. Very long, though. So like you're sitting there going, please stop. I think Gladiator had a director's cut that was not terrible. Mm-hmm. They had some scenes in there that were really good. But not a lot of director's cuts come out that are worth it. I know Donnie Darko has.
I would have said Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, but I don't know. Yeah, probably. In some cases.
Yeah.
Like I don't think the director's cut of like Two Towers gave me too much more that I cared about, but Return of the King was phenomenal.
When they had the Mouth of Sauron come out.
Yeah, fantastic.
Yeah.
And yeah.
But. When they put the director's cut out, it's usually a weird deal that they even allowed that to happen.
Yeah.
Either that had been such public outcry to put out a director's version because there's been enough knowledge out there that there was so much stuff cut because that, when they go into editing, some
things are cut for a reason.
Yeah, they're cut for a reason. Sometimes the studio makes the cuts, even though the director has to oversee the editing process.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to the trailers, the director has no say in that. They have a trailer department that makes the cuts and the studio approves that, which is why you get a lot of shit spoiled because studios think everybody's so dumb and has such a lack of a attention span that they need to tell you everything that's happening in a movie before they're going to decide and go in and see the said movie. So,
oh, you know what? I just thought of one, and it's a huge one.
What?
Godfather 3. Godfather 3, the theatrical cut is one of the worst movies ever put to film. They just recently, he just put out
that was a couple
his
years
cut
ago.
version.
Yeah, Godfather 3, isn't it the coda? The death of
coda,
death of
Michael Corleone.
Michael Corleone. Yeah.
Yeah. So he recut that movie completely and made it much, much, much better. That would be a good example where years later a director gets his director's cut and gets away from the studio intervention and that editing process.
Right. Somebody wrote me about the opening ceremonies real quick, saying, I know you're not a metalhead, but Gojira? Gojira? You never know with the J. So Gojira is going to be performing at the opening ceremonies.
Very, very cool.
So
that's interesting.
French metal band?
I didn't know they were French.
I guess so.
I've heard of the band. I've never seen them live, but I've heard them.
Yeah, opening ceremonies, they don't bring in just acts to play like it's the Super Bowl. They got to show off the country's, art. For lack of, I'm trying to think of another term, and it's spacing on me. But
showcasing
they got
the country and what they
the
can
culture, all that stuff. It's always got to be about the home country. So I guess Gojira is a French metal band.
Interesting.
So
Gojira is the Japanese name for Godzilla. Gojira.
So you do pronounce the J.
Yeah, Gojira.
Yeah, got it. How did they not get sued by the company that owns Godzilla?
Maybe Toho doesn't care.
All right, maybe they don't. Maybe they do. Anyway, moving on. Zack Snyder stuff. Who gives a shit? Disney Plus, Hulu, and HBO Max. We've talked about this for a while, that they were going to bundle everything together. Well, now it is in place. You can get all three together. It's priced up to a discount of up to 38% off. It's $16.99 a month with ads. It's $30 a month without ads. Now, $30 gets you Disney, Hulu, and HBO Max.
I mean, that's not a terrible choice. That's $10 a streaming service, and that's without ads. Most places are doing $12, and you still have to sit through ads. So to the fact that you can get those three streaming services, which have had some quality stuff, Hulu putting out a lot of the Fox properties, Disney got, your Disney, Star Wars, Simpsons, all that stuff. And then Max, that's not a bad price. If it wasn't bundled with like my phone service and things like that, that might be something I would want.
Well, I'm thinking about it because I had Disney Plus as a bonus deal through Verizon Wireless, and they paid for like 2 years of it, and then I've been paying for it since. Hulu, I'm paying separately, and Max came because I have HBO as a cable channel. And I've been trying to get rid of that thing forever, but I have people who watch stuff on HBO, but we're not watching it all. That's the thing that I don't know how it just blew. Like, people were Jedi mind wiped, if you will. But the fact is, like, no, HBO for all this stuff. It's like, you only watch shows that are on Sunday night. The rest of the week, you're not watching this. You're not watching the movies. You're not watching anything else that they put on there unless it's on demand. So why do I need the cable channel? So finally, I'm going to get rid of it and bundle everything together. Now, unfortunately, I think that means you lose your playlists, your view history, all of that shit.
I don't know, because if you cancel your subscription, your login stuff still exists. But if you bundle it in and tie it into that old subscription, you might be able to salvage that.
I'll send an email to their customer support.
Yeah.
And then see, like, hey, if I cancel these from the other places because I want to get them away from the other places and I do this bundle, do I still have access to my old account if it's all under the same email and all that? Good to know. I'll find out and report next week and let you know. Okay. What We Do in the Shadows, one of our favorite shows.
You need to shut your mouth.
Where's the other one that I love?
Why are you dressed as the man from Del Monte?
Yeah, I got to get the other ones in there. Like Johnny Dakota's Human Alcohol.
I was going to say, I need him to be the bartender.
Arizona.
From Tucson, Arizona.
Anyway, final season, 6 seasons this show has run, and that's amazing run for them. So final season is coming up October 21st on FXX and on Hulu. I'll be sad to see that show go, but it's fantastic. Netflix news have signed Tim Dillon to a new special. He'll be returning to Netflix with a talk show style special on American current events set to the backdrop of the upcoming election. I love Tim's take. He's so absurd. He's ridiculous.
He is.
I think it'll be a lot of fun to see what Tim puts out there. I didn't see this story here.
Yep.
Kamala Harris joins TikTok.
Yeah. The main reason I put this on there, just how quickly she gathered 200,000 followers in less than 2 hours.
Right.
The other thing that frustrates me about this is the government basically told TikTok to go fuck off and they're going to ban it, but they definitely use it.
That is true. Isn't it supposed to? Don't they have till September?
I think so.
So she gets on this thing, uses it as an election tool, and then they shut it down.
I think that it doesn't even have to be her. It's anybody that's in politics using this platform the way you're using it and still rallying against it, saying, all this stuff is stealing your stuff, is the just top tier hypocritical. Like just ridiculous. Like, I don't care if she's up there dancing and doing stupid stuff. It's not even just her. I've seen other people do this kind of thing. I mean, I've seen Chuck Schumer do videos and stuff like that. It's just ridiculous that they rally against it and ban it at the same time. So yeah, she's on TikTok. Less than 2 hours, got 200,000 followers. A lot of it is just her doing mashups of dancing clips and laughing, and some viral coconut tree meme, which I'm not familiar with. But yeah, she's on TikTok if you want to watch hypocrisy in action.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I'm looking at here. Here it is on her account. She has a little video, which I can't hear right now, but it says, see you on TikTok. And it was posted 5 hours ago.
Yeah.
Wow.
Isn't it crazy? They're about to ban this app because they won't divest and sell, and they've basically forced this company to say we can't operate in the U.S., but let's go ahead and use it as a political tool because they're all political tools.
Well, good for her. She's going to need it. Moving on, Apple TV is cutting spending. We didn't get to this last week. This came out last week.
Yep.
Apple TV spent more than $20 billion to produce original TV shows and movies that not a lot of people watched.
They don't advertise these things. No one knows anything on this channel or
I used to see Ted Lasso ads on the subway and on billboards on the trains and stuff.
That was their big hit.
Yeah. No, but I'm saying that's where they were advertising it. They weren't advertising it anywhere else.
Yeah.
Maybe you would get little ads between searching through Reels and stuff on Instagram or Facebook. But yeah, they weren't really putting out the big ad campaigns. What's that show with Adam Scott that we liked?
Severance.
That's another season coming. I still don't know when that's coming.
Oh, I had it.
Right? But nobody knows that show. They all talk about that other show. Terminal?
I know they did the morning show, and
that died out once the Matt Lauer stuff died out.
Oh yeah.
And they killed off Steve Carell.
Yeah, they have another one with Harrison Ford. I can't remember what that one's called.
See, this is the problem.
That is the huge problem.
Nobody can recall anything on these things. Pivotal Pete saying, I think it only applies to TV shows on Apple, not movies. No, it's saying movies here too, because Apple doesn't buy the most projects in Hollywood's. That's still a mantle held by Netflix, but it splurges on individual titles. The studio spent more than $500 million combined on movies from directors like Martin Scorsese, Ridley Scott, and Matthew Vaughn, and upwards of $250 million on the World War II miniseries Masters of the Air, one of more than a dozen new series that were released this year that nobody's talking about.
Nope.
Those pictures were all a disappointment at the box office. Apple is spending billions of dollars a year on original programming that has received strong reviews and many award nominations, but its streaming service is attracting just 0.2% of TV viewing in the United States. Apple TV generates less viewing in 1 month than Netflix does in 1 day.
I know. When I saw the numbers, I'm like, that's ridiculous.
I'm amazed. I mean, I'm glad I canceled Apple a while ago, but I didn't think it was this bad because I was like, yeah, there really isn't anything there for me.
Well,
and I was paying attention.
Silo that apparently is good and getting a second season. They're going to be doing that at the Comic-Con this weekend, talking about second season. No one knows that these shows exist.
Mm-hmm.
And then next thing you know, you're like, there's 3 seasons of this? I didn't know it even was there.
Let me show you the contrast and compare. Netflix has recently extended its lead over fellow streaming services, has 277.7 million subscribers, and reaches more than 600 million people around the world. Disney, Paramount, and Warner Brothers Discovery are all cutting back to reduce their streaming losses. Amazon, which has the resources to compete with Netflix, but is still trying to figure out the best path to streaming sustainability. So Amazon's not losing money.
No.
Apple's losing money. Everybody else is losing money. I don't understand. There's never been a better time to watch anything, and how are they all not... Is all their new shit so terrible as a collective that everybody's just like, or are people so jaded that anything that comes out, they're just not going to like it anymore?
That's possible.
Like, do people have too many options and too much freedom for a lot of this stuff that they just go, none of this means anything anymore to me. I just don't like it. Because it's so easy to get jaded now with all of this stuff. Instead of sitting down... Look, this is an antiquated argument, but going back to when we were growing up, you would sit down and watch whatever. You look at the TV guide and what's on HBO, what's on the movie channel, what's on Showtime.
Yeah.
And you would sit there and watch that just because it was on. You know what? At 4 o'clock, I really have nothing to do. I'm going to sit there and watch Predator for the millionth time because it was on. You sat there and watch it. And then there was other movies that would pop on, like FX used to be in this bucket, this situation as well, where you would just turn it on a Saturday afternoon and you're looking at it and you go, oh yeah, Minority Report's on. I'll sit down and watch that again.
You could probably throw TNT on at any point and watch The Shawshank Redemption.
And even if you like the older movies, Turner Classic Movies, you could throw that on too and sit there and watch whatever. People don't have that mentality.
It was there.
People don't have that mentality to just sit there and go, I'll just watch it because it's on anymore. They want to watch whatever they want to watch. Not that it's entirely a bad thing. I get it. It's great to have.
They'll sit there and doom scroll through Netflix for an hour trying to find something that even remotely appeals to them.
Right. But now
then they've lost an hour.
Now you're at the point where it's like, because you have too many options that you think, a million options is fantastic. Yeah. Then you look at a million options and you go, I don't really want to go through that. It becomes overwhelming and then defeating. And then you don't want to watch anything anymore. You don't give anything a chance anymore. I'm not saying any of this shit was good. I'm just saying there's no margin of error to sit down and give anything a chance anymore when you sit and watch these things.
No.
Well,
Severance is January 17th, by the way.
All right. Put that somewhere on our list so that we have it. BioShock file adaptations still in the works.
Oh, film. Sorry. Don't put it on the teleprompter or Eric will read it.
Ron Burgundy?
Film.
Go fuck yourself, Arizona. All right. Netflix BioShock film adaptation. Film adaptation of the video game series BioShock with director Francis Lawrence is being reconfigured to be a more personal film with a reduced budget. Oh, that's not good.
Yep. As soon as I saw this article, I'm like, fuck, they're going to kill the BioShock.
The story of the game is amazing.
This is going to be Halo.
It's written for you. All you have to do is adapt it to a film.
Yep.
It's probably the least amount of work you have to do other than special effects.
Yep, they're gonna ruin this, and it's bumming me out.
How is this so fucking difficult? Yeah. With the way CGI and everything is done now, you see those behind the scenes videos when they show you like Endgame and Infinity War. Big giant studios, some of them outdoor, that are just covered in blue And they can do all of these things. Rapture is a city underwater. It's the main city in BioShock. You build the set, and then all the window panes are just green screen or blue screen, whatever they need to do.
You can do it, because you're basically...
So you're doing practical and you're doing special effects together at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
How amazing would it be to look out in the ocean and you just see New York City underwater like that as a functioning city?
Because here's the thing. Fallout showed us that you can adapt a video game well. You had the Knights of Steel or whatever, the Brotherhood of Steel. He's wearing the giant mech suit. That's your Big Daddy. Just change the suit.
Yeah.
Just gonna make it look like he's a free diver, and then you're good to go. The fact that they're saying reducing the budget and making it more personal makes me not care. And it sucks because I really wanted to see this. I wanted to see this when Gore Verbinski was attached to direct, and he was the one that did the Pirates of the Caribbean movies. He knew water. Yeah. Great. Put him underwater. And then that fell through. And then it's just been in development hell for years.
By the way, this was revealed at Comic-Con today.
Yeah.
You should have threw that in the Comic-Con section for that. No, it's fine. But I mean,
I didn't read ahead. You didn't read the title. We're good.
Well, I did read the title because I read it exactly how it was written. I blame the writers.
Yeah, I blame the writers.
All right, moving on. Skibidi Toilet?
Skibidi Toilet. Now, see, this is where you're lucky that your child is not as old as my children. Oh. This is an online meme. It's an annoying meme. So basically, it's an animated internet thing. Let me see. Let me read this real quick. So basically, this guy in like Georgia, the Russian Georgia, back in 2023, uploaded an 11-second video called Skibidi Toilet, and it featured a head emerging from a toilet singing. Skibidi gradually evolved into a more than 71 to 5 minute mini epics depicting infinitely escalating war between the toilets and the cyborgs. This is the internet now. Each video is explosive, violent, and free of any really discernible dialogue. This is what kids are watching. This is the dumbest stuff that you'll ever see. My kids constantly say the words Skibidi Toilet. Michael Bay and the former president of Paramount, Adam Goldman, are developing a movie and TV series based off of this bullshit.
Dude, this
is why we fail. This is Skibidi Toilet. This is it. Look. Mm-hmm. This is your new TV show / movie.
What the heck is on you?
Yeah.
What?
They're making this into a TV show. They're making this into a movie. I hate the world.
What? It was horrifying when the first toilet thing happened.
Yeah, now there's more toilet. Look, there's.
What is this obsession with the toilet?
Oh, this stuff's been banned. Like I let the kids watch some of this stuff when I'm not around, and then the second I walk downstairs, none of this stays on. I will never. This stuff's stupid.
I don't get this.
I don't either.
Look, I'm all about weird animations and new artistic styles and checking these things out. This is, oh my God,
horrifyingly stupid. Yeah, that freaked me out for a second. But yeah, they're developing this into a movie and a TV show. So good luck, America. We're done. This is idiocracy. If you want to sit there and go, oh, the Trump Hulk Hogan stuff is idiocracy. No, this is the stuff that's going to ruin all of us.
I'm going to test a theory here. I'm going to clip this Skibidi Toilet and call it reaction video. I'm going to put it up on the channel and see how well it does.
Oh, yeah. You just got to tag it with Skibidi Toilet. You can do buzzwords like Riz, Ohio. For some reason, they've all, talk about Ohio. Don't know why. Kids are stupid. And it's every kid. Like it's like a whole nother language. It's just rot. It's just, I hate it.
I got mad when they were calling hot dogs glizzies. Oh. And I go,
the boy says that. I'm like, get it? No. Don't ever call it that.
One, it's just it's really stupid. Sexual. 2, that was an old rap song from like early 2000s or something. It was some DC rapper who they for some reason in that region they were calling guns glizzies. And then someone took it and said, "Oh, that means hot dogs now." No, it doesn't. Yes, it does. The internet told me to. The internet can go F itself because that's not what it is. And when I keep seeing people saying, mad glizzies, and they're showing hot dog, I saw artwork that was saying Nathan's glizzy eating contest. I'm like, I think Nathan's is going to have a strong objection to that. But that toilet thing is...
Yeah.
That is...
Yep. I saw the article, and in most cases I wouldn't bring it up, but because I know about this because of the kids, it had to show up.
All
and
right.
again, I'm jealous that your child is too young to really be into this.
No. Oh, I'll show you something if you want to talk about... Good thing I was looking for a way to introduce this to the show. I will bring this up to you. So she's been going crazy with the YouTube app, and because she likes certain things, it gives you the recommendations on the side if you're watching enough. It tells you what it is. So she likes these kid cartoon shows, but then it seems to be funded by the production houses that make some of these kids shows. They make sort of live action versions of the shows with their toy figures, and it's on the same channel on YouTube as the official product. But then they would have like the toy figures, and they would have like the one show she watches is Gabby's Dollhouse.
Right.
And then, so you see all the animated stuff from Gabby's Dollhouse, but then they have this one where they play with the toys, and they built the dollhouse and the settings and all that stuff. And you see the hands move, like the fingers moving the characters around, but then there's other people trying to imitate the voices from the show. And I go, is this just people bored and doing things? And you look at the channel and go, oh no, it's officially from DreamWorks. Like they're doing this stuff, right?
Sheesh.
So other shows do this too, where they have their cartoon versions and then they make web episodes with the toys, and they don't even try to hide it. You see the fingers hopping the figures around, and they doing dialogue.
That's kind of funny, honestly.
Right? I mean, it's unique. I'll give them that. But she found this one thing, and it seems to be a lot of people will take something that's popular and try to spin it off, right? So I saw this happen with Baby Shark and the Pink Fong company that owns Baby Shark. Baby Shark, everybody knows about that, but it blew up. It's got multiple billions of views on their channel. Then they had different versions of Baby Shark. Like this would be the one where the kids are doing the Baby Shark thing with the animated background. This is the one version of Baby Shark where it's just all the animated sharks under the ocean. Same song, just different video for it. That makes billions of views. Then there's one where there's an extended family version after that song's done. It's like when you would hear a TV theme and they would release it on the radio and like, whoa, there's a second verse to this song that I had no idea existed. That's what they're doing here. So then there's an extended family stuff. Then there's different people performing the song. So I saw it with the Baby Shark stuff, and then other songs that kind of get big on the internet would start doing this. And they would do versions of whatever the music is for, like, where is Thumpkin? Where I am here. They change the lyrics. Some are about songs about colors. Some are songs about animals, and it's all the same music, but. So she stumbles on this one, and I've seen other people doing this, and it's something to do with colored eggs, like almost like Easter eggs, and like over the top human beings acting out kid shows where they would go and then smash the eggs with hammers and a prize comes out.
That's horrifying.
Right. So I hear this one day, and I'm going to look. I don't know how this is going to play out because it probably will get flagged. But let me show you this here. Okay. Look at this.
Oh, don't put faces on them.
Listen to this. The egg was just alive, and now they're killing it.
A new Honda Civic.
This car showed up out of an egg that he just killed.
1, 2, 3.
Now there's 4 eggs here. Now the yellow one's rolling into a field. Now there's this lady with like cat ears and blue hair with a Harley Quinn mallet.
I was going to say the first guy looked like an Asian Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Right. So now she's cracking the egg. Yellow duck, and now she's floating on this big duck in a gigantic pool.
Oh my god!
Right, all right, but you're getting the idea here. This keeps going on. They're obsessed. They're obsessed with the music cadence that hooks them in, the loop, the chorus, and whatever. It's not even. It's bright color. It's exactly what a kid is gonna gravitate to.
Mm-hmm.
But you see, like, the egg's got a big, wide eyes and a smile, like, yeah, this is fun.
Me.
And then the human being takes a mallet and starts smashing it like Gallagher to try to get the prize that's inside, like it's a giant Kinder egg, if you will.
Hit me, it's how I get off.
Yeah.
I like getting beat.
It's an anime acid trip.
It's so weird. It's all green screen weirdness.
Yeah. What is this one called?
Kids are
Tiggy Boo.
Tiggy Boo. I'm going to block that from every other search.
I know. One letter change and, you've got a racial problem on your hands.
Whoa! That is rough. What do you want? I'll watch it later?
Sorry, I'll leave that kind of humor.
Leave that content to those people.
To your host of that show. Anywho, yeah, so she watches weird, trippy shit, too. A lot of the stuff, there's ones that she finds that are people playing with babies, and the baby starts crying, and then the baby wants to go on a water slide, and they're just putting dolls down real water slides into the pool, and they're doing real-life stuff with the doll, and they're making all these noises, and it's just insane.
It is weird.
I know. Some of that stuff you got to really watch, because even the kids app for YouTube...
Oh, I know. They slip
through
random stuff in there. Yeah.
It's quite terrifying. Is there anything else we're talking about? We talked BioShock.
There's only one more thing I have on here. So if you want to talk about it, we can end it with that. So
King Spawn.
Yeah. Let's definitely end it with Skibidi Toilet and Tiggy Boo.
Yeah. Why not? Let's do that.
Go out.
We'll cut that. We'll put that on.
We've solved enough problems tonight.
I'm writing that down too. Tiggy Boo. That will be a really trippy thumbnail. I'm telling you right now.
Tiggy Boo.
All right. We do need to get out of here, so we're going to hit the music. And Jordan, you know what that means. Our nation's eyes turn to you.
I'm on another show called I'll Watch It Later podcast.
How dare you?
Movies. We watch old stuff that we should have watched. We watch new stuff, and we have all kinds of craziness. At some point, we are going to try to get Eric on our snack show so he can berate everybody. YouTube, I'll Watch It Later podcast.
I don't want to berate everybody. I want to go and have a good time.
Instagram at Watch Later Pod. And again, we talked about it a little bit earlier. Go check out Garrett and Steve. We were on, Eric was on that show, and then we were both on the Bladcast, which was really fun.
All right. Both are available on our channel, but I recommend you go out to their channels and help them out to support their programs. For me and for the show, it's Eric Nagel across the board on all social medias. If you're listening on the iHeartRadio app, thank you very much for doing so. If you're listening to us when we're not live, on demand, through Apple, Spotify, any place like that, do us a kindness, go over there, leave us a positive review. It does help out the algorithm and helps out our program. In the meantime, of course, you need to tell two friends so they can tell two friends.
And he tells two friends, and she tells two friends, and so on, and so on, and so on.
And it helps get the word out there, so we will appreciate that. And you can join us live each and every week as we do this program on our live rooms, live channels, whatever you want to call them, on YouTube and on Twitch, all under It's Eric Nagel. Hop in there and be part of the program. That is it. That is it. We are done. So until the next time, everybody,
be excellent to each other.
And we'll be seeing you.
It's Eric Nagel.
Nice work, everyone. Sharp broadcast. Really good. Everyone on the floor as well. Really a lot of hustle. I liked it.
Alas, we're out of time. Follow It's Eric Nagel on social media platforms. For ways to watch and listen to the show, or join us for the live shows, head over to itsericnagel.com. Yo, and remember to tell two friends so they can tell two friends, and they can tell two friends, they can tell two friends, they can tell two friends. You get the idea.
Keep it real, homies.